It is the MJ Morning Show that you are listening to right now, and highly appreciated. Thank you for making a very tasteful choice in morning radio listening. At 6 o'clock, we come on the air on a Wednesday, and Fester just walked in. Michelle, my lovely wife, is here. What do you think of the car buying experience last night?
It's exciting but tedious.
It's long. You know what? I've gotten to the point where
I know
with our history of having BMWs that I've had such long-term relationships with some of these dealers that they know me and everything is done. I walk in and I'm in and out on a new car in 15 minutes. Just go boom. Go. Oh, we'll talk about Fester, about RVs and how long maybe some of that stuff takes. But I've gotten to the point, and you know me, that I've got good relationships with some of the BMW stores, and they'll get all the paperwork done, everything, all the numbers, the credit check, all the leasing paperwork, just everything. I know the number, the total out the door number.
Yeah.
And I walk in, they've got the folder. I just sit there and sign the 47,000 pieces of paper. We owe, you owe, we did this and that, and all that, the closed lease agreement, the this, the that, the lemon law, all the stuff you got to sign. They have it all ready. And I just sit down and just sign it. And I have literally, on a new car lease, I've been out in as little as 15 minutes.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah,
I was going to say 12.
You know what? I used to know I think 12 might be it. I think Michelle, you might have overheard me. Hey, I was out on that BMW lease after 12 minutes. But with Chloe's car, this is a dealer that we didn't have a relationship established with, and we rolled in about 5:30.
It was 5:30,
and we didn't get out until close to
8 o'clock.
Close to 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's sweet. But listen, all in all, it was a good experience. And Chloe got the car she wanted. So very, very exciting day for Chloe, our 23-year-old law school bound student, as she has gotten her first car. A lot of kids get a car, at 16, 17. And with Chloe, during those years, she was in New York City. She was in Manhattan, where, she didn't need a car. And, Chloe didn't get a driver license until, did we move back to Florida when she got it? Yeah. We had moved back to Florida. And she didn't get her driver license until we got back to Florida during COVID?
In 2021.
Yeah. So, Chloe was, 19?
I think she was 19 when
she was like the oldest kid that the driving teacher had ever had.
No.
Who was born in America.
That is not true.
No.
Oh, hang on. Born in America. Maybe you're right. No, I mean, there are older people, but Chloe just didn't need to drive in New York. So,
Okay,
as you had said, her driving was delayed.
Yes.
Wildly delayed. Remarkably delayed.
Delayed.
And to be fair, Fester, she also didn't really need a car or a license when she went to college. I just wanted her to know how to drive because I figured other kids might have cars and she might find herself in a situation where she might have to be the driver.
What if she was the emergency designated driver all of a sudden? She needs to know her way around.
Well, then we found out that one of her friends lent her car all the time. So Chloe was using a friend's car all the time up in New Hampshire.
That's not going to happen to this car, right?
No.
No, she's not letting this to anyone.
Hey, listen, Rebecca, take my car.
No.
We'll get into this a little later on in more depth because even though Chloe's 23, she's not a 10th grader, a 16-year-old, where a lot of the kids are driving at 16, obviously, here in Florida. We still have to have the talk. In fact, let me write this down. The talk.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we'll get into this a little later on.
I don't think that we need to have the talk as much as you think we need to have the talk.
Well, there are a couple of things I want to be very, very clear about.
Okay, I know, but see, that's what you're like, I need to be very, very clear about. She's 23 and she has a very responsible job.
Yeah, he wants to have the talk to make him feel better.
Yes.
Chloe doesn't need the talk.
Right.
Like
Thank
I have
you.
a talk with my kid. He needs to have the talk because he needs to get it through his thick head.
Chloe has a very serious job. She's a sandwichologist at Subway.
Dude. All right, you're making a joke, but you know what? I've never seen anybody, and I've had hundreds and hundreds of subs. I've never seen anybody cut the bread the way they do at Subway.
So perfectly.
I'll tell you right now.
What about Jimmy John's as well?
No, not the same. No,
Hold on. What's not the same?
Oh,
Tell me,
my
tell
God.
me.
Oh, the Subway, they cut them at an angle. And it's almost like they pull like a diamond-shaped top out to where it's like a crevasse of bread where everything fits perfectly.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't been a regular Subway customer over the years. Listen, I do like a...
You're making a joke about these sandwichologists and a serious job.
Hold on. I think you're jarring my memory. So they do cut out some of the bread?
They don't remove the bread to where you lose it, but I think they cut it like a diamond shape.
But wait a minute, but I have seen, I can't remember where, but I have seen where they cut some of the bread out.
No, you're thinking of the bagel where they cut the bagel parts out.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
To reduce the calories?
Yeah, for girls in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Or to make more space for the stuff they put in there. You fit more schmear if you take the bread out. If you're buying a bagel, you're not exactly counting calories.
I don't think I don't know if I've had a Subway sandwich in the last 10 or 15 years. It's been some time. So, are you a regular Subway customer?
I'm a regular sub.
And could you tell the difference between the Subway bread pre and post?
Okay, hold on. Subway has a unique bread that you. The bread alone, I can tell you where it came from.
Really?
I'm talking about. They bake their bread. They bake it in store. I'm asking you, did you ever notice a difference with Subway pre or post?
Well, I noticed.
Do you know what I'm even talking about? If you don't like pretend like you know. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say Subway sandwich bread before and after, pre and post?
All right, you could be talking about two things.
What am I talking about?
One, you could be talking about that creep Jared Fogle, and I was a bigger Subway consumer pre-Jared Fogle.
You know, that's a good guess. I didn't even think of that angle, but that's incorrect.
So then yesterday, get this, yesterday I saw a commercial maybe on one of my streaming services for a $6.99 foot long.
What? Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Right, $6.99.
Well, it used to be $5 foot long.
The cost of everything goes up. And
$6.99 foot long.
It doesn't quite have the same ring. And I was wondering. I said to myself, if I went there with the ruler, would it really be a foot? Because I remember they were sued.
Again, that's not what I'm looking for. But hang on a minute. Hold on a minute. You know what? I might need to go to phones on this.
Pre or post something that's not Jared or the size of the bread?
Yeah. Hey, I wonder if any of our early listeners know. Wow. All right. So, listen, both of your suggestions are good guesses, but not what I'm looking for. So, folks, if Fester's talking about a Subway sandwich, and I'm asking regarding the bread, pre or post, what am I talking about? Let's go. Fire up the phones. Any early listeners want to take a stab at this, like an OJ? Take an OJ at this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Fester talking about Subway's sandwich bread.
Well, you were talking about it.
Did you like the bread pre or post? What am I talking about? Anybody? Let's go. Fire up the phones. 800-990-1047, 800, and I'm hoping that you go, oh,
okay.
That is the, all right, calls are in. Let me, Andrew's screening. Let me start with JC, and it's JC. JC, it's a big JC. JC in Tampa. JC, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What am I talking about?
Let's talk about yoga mat in the bread, plastic.
Dude, 100% right. Look at first call right off the bat. Yoga mat. Do you remember there was a huge story, maybe like 15 years ago, that there was a chemical in the Subway sandwich bread, and it was the same chemical that you found in a plastic or rubberized yoga mat. JC, dude, how'd you know that?
I'll tell you, That's why I stopped eating at Subway.
All right, but they took the yoga mat out of the sandwich.
I know, but I still don't trust them.
I mean, since then, Subway, I don't think Subway's like, a top-tier sponsor around here.
No.
So I'll tell you,
No.
Subway also had the problem of being sued for their tuna. It's not really tuna.
Oh, that was in the last 5 years.
Yeah. More recently.
They said that it wasn't real tuna in there. That was a weird story because they insisted. And then some lady in L.A. had the tuna, like, DNA tested. Remember that? That's weird. That's right.
I forgot.
That's why I don't trust them.
All right,
Don't try something else.
JC,
Don't do another one. From all the way from Jared all the way down to yoga mat to the tuna. I don't trust them.
we got you. By the way, Subway removed the chemical azodicarbamide.
We don't need the chemical name.
Azodicarbonamide. There we go. Azodicarbonamide, also known as the yoga mat chemical from its bread in response to an online petition. Yeah. Hey, JC, man, good call right off the bat. Thank you, my friend.
They've made several high-profile bad decisions.
But look at that. First caller knew exactly what I was talking about. The so-called yoga mat chemical, which they took out of the...
Yeah, but don't say your daughter has a serious job. She's a sandwichologist.
You know what? You know what people were doing? They were getting a whole bunch of Subway rolls and smashing them down, and then they were doing downward dog.
Oh.
Just getting rolling. I'm running late. I might not play that one and only song here in a few minutes.
Come on.
I think I'm blowing it out. All right, 6:12 because I chewed up, more real estate here. All right, 6:12 at the MJ Morning Show. Just getting rolling, and you know what's coming up? I've got a bodybuilder story that you're not going to believe, and I've got a curiosity about this. First, traffic. After the traffic bed completely runs out.
Things still look pretty good around Tampa Bay. A little.
You might have noticed that I'm playing a rejoin bumper and not a song. This is typically the spot at about 6:20 when we play the one and only actual song for the day, and I don't do that for any reason other than it just gives me another 3.5 minutes, sometimes maybe 4 minutes to kind of, get the studio set up and kind of, line up all the crap, that we're going to do today. All right, guess what's coming back today? Later on, this was brought back a couple of weeks ago. It was wildly successful, and we will bring it back again later this morning. Hey, Andrew, you might want to pay attention to this because later this morning, we will go to phones. It's a fan favorite, ladies and gentlemen. Later this morning, the Truth Booth is back. The MJ Morning Show Truth Booth is back. Hey, everybody, it's Hal Herman.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
Don't do that?
Rest in peace, Hal.
All right. Yeah, Hal's departed. Dearly departed Hal Herman. All right, so
Rest in peace.
The Truth Booth will be back sometime, probably late 7 o'clock hour, maybe in the early 8. But stand by to call up with your questions. The Truth Booth is where you get to ask a question of me, MJ, Fester, or since Michelle's hanging out in the studio for, a spell before we find the new permanent replacement here on the MJ Morning Show. Michelle's fair game as well for the Truth Booth, and it's coming up in just a bit. Hey, we don't do a lot of bodybuilder talk.
We don't.
But when you hear about a female bodybuilder who has passed away at the age of 20 after what is being described as making a serious error. When I first saw this, I'm like, What she try to lift? What you try to like do a bench press with like 600 pounds without a spotter?
That's a serious error. That's pretty serious.
No, that's not what it is. I was thinking it must be some kind of a equipment situation, or they did something very well. They did do something dangerous. It's just that it's nothing that I would have suspected. A 20-year-old female bodybuilder suffered a fatal heart attack. First of all, what 20-year-olds, and if you're physically fit, you're a bodybuilder, it just seems very out of sorts, very, very odd and strange. But her heart stopped due to complications of severe dehydration.
Yeah, not drinking water is a severe error, is what they called it?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Serious error?
How dehydrated do you have to get for your heart to stop? 20-year-old female bodybuilder. What the heck?
I mean, maybe the muscles need more water than all of my blubber, you know?
Well, first of all, you're storing crap in there like you're a dromedary.
Yes.
What?
Stop.
What?
Okay.
I thought you were going to call me just a regular camel. But no, you went to the top shelf of insults, which is awesome. But no, MG, you'd think she's all muscle, right? She probably has like, what, 2% body fat, 1% body fat, maybe?
I don't have the calipers handy.
She's really fit.
Yeah.
And you would think that body needs more water just to keep those muscles lubed up.
But you realize that when they go to these competitions, because I think she was a competing bodybuilder, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So she wasn't. She's not just like doing this for fun.
Yeah, she did competitions.
She's fit, but in order to show her muscles and everything better, and I'm using really super stupid words there to describe it, she has to dehydrate her body to some extent so that there's like no excess anything.
Hold on, what are you, a sudden expert in bodybuilding?
Yes, she is. She dated several of them. She knows.
She did not.
Yo, Meech, I can't drink some water. I got a competition. I need some extra definition in my pecs and my quads.
I mean, they eat a certain food. They cut out a lot. I mean, just foods that tend to what is it called, like hold or retain water.
Yeah.
So they cut all that out
salty foods,
as they move forward towards these competitions. And I happen to know somebody who's participated in those, and I know somebody who's our neighbor is
that's
very
right. Yeah.
She was I don't think she did bodybuilding competitions like this, but she did some type of bodybuilding modeling.
Right.
So she knows how to make her muscles show. And also a friend of ours, their daughter participates regularly in these, and she follows a very...
Wait, who's that?
Dave.
Oh, Dave's... Oh, that's right.
His daughter, Riley, she is absolutely beautiful.
Right.
And she knows how to...
I haven't seen a picture. Is she ripped?
Oh, she is... In fact, I said to him, send me that diet so I could put MJ on it. And then we had a good laugh.
Ripped? Like that? Like ripped?
Let me tell you.
Like ripped from Yellowstone?
So I'm looking at her Instagram page. She's not ridiculously overbuilt.
Well, was.
Right.
She was not, it's past tense. But her name was Jody Vance.
Oh my God.
20 years. What are you going?
Right, just look at her Instagram.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
And just watch. You watching?
Yeah, I am. Wow. All right. Fester's scrolling through photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fester didn't like that one.
It just caught me the wrong way.
Kind of a male body, like, almost interesting. Anyway, I feel terrible, but I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I know that people can get severely dehydrated, and if you lose like electrolytes in your body, that you can go into cardiac arrest. I get it, but usually you kind of self-correct if you're dehydrated. But family says she was a beautiful person inside and out. She missed every day. This was sudden, unexpected. Wow. Please put your health first. This is a statement.
Please drink a Gatorade
from the family.
Okay, it's not like she had some disease. She had something that could have been cured, it sounds like, by Powerade.
Yeah, Gatorade, Powerade.
I mean, don't give me this put your health first.
Hey, how about just a bottle of water, man? That's it.
You know what?
Have a Mountain Dew.
Work in a banana occasionally. I mean,
anyway, I didn't know. I didn't know that. For potassium?
Anything.
Yeah.
I guess who's getting, serious donations. We've heard about this, but there's a news story. Guess who just got an anonymous $30,000 legal donation? Now, again, this is not, we've heard about people, trying to donate, but man, this is a big number. Anonymously, somebody donated $30,000 toward this individual's legal defense fund.
My paisan?
Who's your paisan?
Luigi Mangione. Huh? The guy?
What, you just, identifying because you're Italian?
Now listen.
Don't you love when people say Italian?
Bunch of Italians.
Bunch of Italians.
I mean, when you think of a guy who needs to mount a legal case, I guess Luigi's family's loaded, but I don't think he is.
Hey, Michelle, do you have any Italian? Are you part of? What is your deal?
Yes.
So you're
well, not technically, but yes.
What do you mean not technically?
Because my father was adopted. So you always say this to me. Oh, your grandfather's Italian, and I'm like, yes, the one who is not my dad's biological father. Yes, he was Italian. But, technically.
But from a DNA standpoint, you don't think you have any Italian in you?
No, I got Portuguese.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's what we think.
Oh.
You know what? You ought to do.
It's a big mystery.
You ought to do the DNA thing.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Also, that company's going down, so you don't know where that information is going.
23andMe, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the one that is in trouble.
Yep. She can't buy it back to save her life.
And then there's concern about what's going to happen to all the data, all of the personal private DNA information they have on file for like millions of people. Well, you've got two different DNA companies, or two big ones. So 23andMe, they're the ones that are in financial trouble. Mm-hmm. And then the other one is is that like the Mormon, is it Ancestry.com?
Yes, I think
the
so.
The Mormons own Ancestry.com?
Yes.
Why don't you look it up?
You're the one that spouted it out.
I don't want to spread erroneous information.
You just did.
But hold on, I'm asking you to just confirm it. I believe that the Mormons, the Church of Jesus Christ of
the
Latter-day Saints, I'm pretty sure that the Mormons have something to do with Ancestry.com.
So the Blackstone Group sounds like an equity group owns Ancestry.com?
Maybe I'm totally wrong. Hang on. Just type in Ancestry.com Mormons. Yeah, see if anything comes up. I thought that they had something to do with it. No. Oh, look at this. I stand correct. No, Ancestry.com is not owned by the Mormon Church, though it is collaborated with the church's FamilySearch.org.
So they might have had a partnership, but they're not.
There was some kind of a connection.
There was a partnership.
But Ancestry Group or Ancestry.com was acquired by the Blackstone Group. Oh, big, bad, evil private equity. All right, let me finish this up. I'm getting late here.
Yeah.
So it's Luigi Mangione.
My guy.
Luigi, it's Festus Paisan.
Hey, two words.
Yeah, what that?
Free Luigi.
The free throw. So Luigi Mangione, he's the whack nut that took out the CEO of United Healthcare on the sidewalk outside of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And apparently somebody anonymously has donated $30,000 for his legal defense.
Okay.
The largest ever single donation. So here's the deal. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, executed by Luigi, has received his largest ever donation just weeks ahead of his next federal court hearing. Mangione, 26, pleaded not guilty on December 23rd to an 11-count indictment charging him with murder as an act of terrorism. Last month, an anonymous donor, and last month was just, 6 days ago, February. Last month, an anonymous donor deposited $30,000 into his legal defense fund, alleging that Mangione's motives were suspect and that due process was lacking. The donor added that they were highly doubtful about the evidence presented and were therefore dubious of the need to pursue capital punishment. $30,000, one single. I'd love to know who that was.
I don't know why it's so necessary. His family does have the resources to, provide him with an adequate defense, but it must just be making that person feel better, right? Like that's
Is the family stepping away from him? I mean, listen, you could be loaded, but your cousin does something super, super duper crazy. You're on your own, pal.
Yeah, family apparently loaded. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. If anyone wants to deposit $30,000 into my account, just contact me if anyone wants to just send me money, or I've been touting this got close to 40 years as a radio personality. I'm waiting for somebody to put me in their will. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for somebody to, screw the kids, screw the family, and just leave it all to me. No, seriously, at some point, isn't somebody going to leave me something? All of the decades of quality entertainment, isn't somebody going to just put me, MJ, Todd Schnitt, in their will?
What, are you going to get a call from the probate attorney?
And leave me just a gigantic chunk? Come on, let's go. Step it up. And if you just want to send me money, just send me an email. I'll give you instructions.
Yeah, I assure you, folks, MJ's the one you want to send cash to.
MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's MJ at MJMorningshow.com.
Such a bad look.
Early. Listen, and it's a good look that someone sends Luigi Mangione $30,000.
I mean, why don't you off somebody and then we'll
that's
for
great.
donations to your legal fund.
I think you have to earn that donation, MJ.
All right.
However you choose to do it.
6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got a very humorous pile. Obviously it's bad news for someone, but I've got in my eyes, got a humorous pile of morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105 Tampa Bay. Let the morons begin. It is 6:42, and without any further delay, the morons have arrived. Moron number one. Man chokes family member over 2 meats being cooked for dinner.
You know what? I mean, I'm not that particular about my meat, but what were the 2 meats?
From Florence, South Carolina, and the television station WBTW. A Florence man was arrested on Monday after allegedly assaulting a female family member over them cooking 2 meats for dinner. Did he want just 1 meat? Did he want 3 meats? Was he concerned about the meats being mixed? There is an arrest warrant. Justin Christopher McWhite, 35-year-old individual, charged with attempted murder after the incident happened this past Sunday, last weekend. A family member who witnessed the incident told the police that McWhite was upset about 2 meats being cooked for dinner and that he followed the victim into a bedroom. The witness then heard the victim say, "Justin, I'm not scared of you," before then hearing a scream for help. So, wait a minute. It went from, "Justin, I'm not scared of you." It went from that to something like,
No, it was, "I'm not scared of you," to "I need some help."
yeah.
Still doesn't imply fear. I'm not scared of,
Then there was a scream
flat
for help.
tire.
The witness said McWhite was choking the victim with one hand and beating them with the other hand.
and the person's like, "Still not afraid."
I really don't understand what the issue is, because isn't it typical in South Carolina to serve 2 meats or more?
I mean,
when we go to places like North Carolina and South Carolina, and we go to a barbecue place, you're always getting ribs, beef, chicken. Multiple meats in a meal.
Wow. So let me just get an image of this. So choking the victim with one hand and then beating, that's like That's like Amber Assaultress. You know, like Amber. You know,
Yeah, I mean, the guy's
Amber Attactress.
He's a very talented abuser, I guess. I mean,
the victim was severely assaulted on the face before being taken to a local hospital and then moved to a local medical center. But what we don't understand, all we have is 2 meats. They were upset over the cooking of 2 meats.
Mm-hmm.
But I need more information. I'm starved.
I need to know exactly what meats they are.
Well, but also, what was the deal with the 2 meats that set this guy off?
Well, maybe it's 2 meats that have no business going together.
Yeah. Like
what are 2 meats that have no business going together? I can't think of anything. I mean,
like liver and shrimp.
Yes. Very good.
You know, if you invite me over, I say, Fest, family dinner tonight. Why don't you come over?
Oh, man.
We're having liver and shrimp.
I think you just possibly invented something. When you devein the shrimp to get the poop out, you refill it with liver pate.
You know what?
All right.
Actually, doesn't sound terrible.
No, it does. Yes, it does. It sounds horrendous.
But liver and
sounds awful.
I mean, what kind of was she cooking? Like what? Hot dogs?
I don't know.
Bologna?
I have no idea. But
something with chicken gizzards or
I'm dying for more information on what was the actual act with 2 meats that flipped this guy out. All right. Anyway, moving along. Angry. This is local or local-ish. This is up in the Villages area, and of course, this comes from our favorite retirement community newspaper. This comes from the Villages News, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we all know about the Villages. Oh yeah, this is friendly out the wazoo. Listen to this: a woman accused of pushing her boyfriend into a fire pit. Oh man. Yeah, it was during some kind of a gathering of friends and family, according to the Villages News. Kimberly Ann Ward, 48 years old, of Ocklawaha. Am I saying that right? You ever hear of Ocklawaha?
Oh yeah, Ocklawaha.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, right. Just some of the places in Florida that I've never ever heard of in my life. Ocklawaha. You know what? If there was a convenience store chain that was born in that town, it could be Ocklawawa. You go in there and grab a handful of Splenda, Fester.
Ocklawaha
where the hell is Ockla? Oh, it's near Lady Lake.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just west of Lady Lake.
Kind of south of Silver Springs areas?
Yeah, well, it's
adjacent to the Villages?
Yeah, it's like right next to the Villages. Man, that is horrific. You push a man into the fire pit?
That was just the what do you call it, the end.
That's a hell of a relationship. So
I want to know what happened in the 5 minutes leading up to the fire push.
You know what? I'd like to add the 2 meats from South Carolina to the fire pit.
Oh, you cook them right over the fire? That'd be great.
And then so here's what we know. Kimberly Ann Ward, 48, of Ocklawaha, was booked this past Sunday into the Marion County Jail, charge of battery, arrested as a result of this incident, which Ward and the man became drunk, and she, quote, got in his face while he was talking into the microphone on stage in front of guests. This is right out of the police report from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. About 10 to 15 minutes later, she grabbed him by the chin due to him not paying attention to her. She also slapped his right ear several times. Later, as he was speaking to friends sitting in chairs near a fire pit, she pushed him in. Oh, my God. Pushed him into the fire pit. That is insane. Caused him to fall over the chair into the fire pit. He escaped without being too seriously burned.
You got to stop, drop, and roll.
Oh, my God. What are you Dick Van Dyke over there?
Listen, it saves lives. I mean, you mock it if you will. But
Ward, who had been living with the man, her boyfriend, for about 2 months, downplayed the incident and said she was just being playful.
Hey, honey, let's have a little fun. I'm going to throw you in the fire.
Whoa! Oh my God! Help me! I'm melting. And Michelle, you're just being playful.
I'm just playing, just jokes. We're having a good time.
Hey, baby, let's have some rough stuff tonight. Okay, I'll throw you in the fire.
You're like a marshmallow. Let's make us some s'mores.
God. All right. So the fire pit story, the Villages. Guess what? It's a double dose of Villages, folks. Oh yeah. Isn't there something funny about two 80-year-old guys slugging it out in a parking lot?
That's a Villages story.
In front of the UPS store?
The last story, I'm thinking in the back of my head, you know what?
Well, they were kind of the younger side.
The younger people are ruining it for the older people.
But two 80-something-year-old guys...
That's what I'm talking about.
Slugging it out in the parking lot right in front of the UPS store?
Of course it's the UPS store.
Which, by the way, for $50... Trivia question of the day. Before it was called the UPS store, what was it called? Before UPS, in an effort to compete with FedEx buying Kinko's. Remember, FedEx bought Kinko's, and they turned all the Kinko's into FedEx stores.
Yep.
But then UPS said, oh, my God, we need retail locations dotted all over the place. So what did UPS buy?
Mailboxes, etc.
That is correct. UPS bought mailboxes. Very good, Michelle. Mailboxes, etc. All right, so here's the deal. Two men in their 80s involved in a bust-up fracas at the UPS store in the Villages. This is amazing. An 88-year-old man said that he was in his car about 4 p.m. Monday. He was exiting the parking lot of the UPS store at Spanish Plains Plaza when 86-year-old Robert Owen Cass, who lives in the upscale Harbor Hills development, was standing near a crosswalk and threw a rectangular box at the other man's car, according to the arrest report from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. Dude, you're 88 years old. Was that like bucket list? You know what? You're 88. You've never been arrested or had a mugshot. Got to get that done before I check out.
I'm not coming home tonight, Gertrude.
I'm sorry, but Gertrude passed a couple of years back.
I was talking to her ashes.
You were talking to the urn? Talk to the urn? Is that it?
Today's the day, Gertie.
I'm going to get arrested. I'll get a mugshot with the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
I'll either see you again or I won't.
Anyway, the man stopped his car, asked Cass why he threw the box at his car. Cass then responded by punching the other man twice in the face. This is 88 on 86.
Where's the parking lot surveillance of
my
and good
God.
on these guys for having the mobility.
My God. Cass tried to claim that he was struck first, but multiple witnesses said no, that Cass was the aggressor. Native of New York, charged with felony battery. So if you're 88, do you get hit with like the enhanced charges of like attacking an elderly person?
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you?
I don't think your age matters.
Wow.
To be completely correct.
Yeah.
UPS and mailboxes, etc., merged before Kinko's and FedEx.
Really?
Yes.
Well, thank you for setting my chronology correct.
By about a year.
Yeah. All right, when we get back, I love our morons in the news today. I was very entertained. 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start the 7 o'clock hour, but I've got to talk about dumpster diving. And, yeah, we got a dumpster. This is fascinating. There are people that might, after hearing what I'm about to say about dumpster diving, that they might have a whole new outlook, and they might start dumpster diving later today. And it could be you. But there's also a Milton Fludgecow cautionary tale, which I think I'm going to be able to work in a classic crotchety old man call next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. 6. Oh, yeah. 701 MJ Morning Show. You're going to start dumpster diving maybe immediately. Fester, have you ever dumpster dived?
Oh.
You ever do it?
I've been in dumpsters before. However, when you think of dumpster diving, it's to pull out stuff like food or furniture
Yeah.
or stuff like that. So no, I haven't done that.
Michelle, prior to meeting me, have you ever dumpster dived?
Why would it be prior to meeting you? It's more likely to happen after meeting you.
Why is that?
I'm looking for a new place to live.
Yeah.
Dumpsters better than
you know, with you, it's just, you never know what's going to happen.
So do you remember, MJ, we had an article, oh gosh, this is years ago now, that was it Whole Foods threw away really, really good stuff, and there was like a whole group of people.
Oh, that's right.
And I think we sent, at the time, our guy Coop.
Oh, that's right. Coop was our first producer here on the MJ Morning Show when we returned back in October of 2020. That's right.
He was with us for like a year and a half. But with Coop,
oh, dude, it sounded like you just said the F-bomb.
Year and a half?
No, just whatever words you just connected, it sounded like you just dropped the F-bomb.
Yes.
No.
I heard it.
And he was with us for a effing year and a half. No, he was with us for a little while, and we sent him, or he volunteered to go to...
You know, he's never reached out to me to say hello. Wish me a Merry Christmas.
Nope.
Happy New Year.
We're dead to Coop.
Happy Arbor Day.
No, Coop's a good young man.
Right,
He's moved on.
Yep.
Anyway, he went to like the Whole Foods, I want to say like in Countryside area or Clearwater, and he came back with like a boatload of food.
Yeah.
All in
Wow.
packages.
Well, the amount of stuff that is thrown out by supermarkets, you know, there are people that they don't have to grocery shop. They're just pulling behind supermarkets, going to the dumpster, and you know they're pulling out like yogurts that might be 2 days expired, or the best by date was two. You know, we have yogurts in the fridge that they'll go for weeks.
Yeah.
You know, I had a brown cow that I think was like a month past the date. Open the thing up, there's nothing wrong with it.
December 31st.
Maybe 2 months.
I don't remember.
Maybe 2 months.
I don't remember, but
everything needs an expiration date, which is just a sell-by date, not really. Anyway, what's
suggestion?
You know what? Let me load up calls here. Are you a dumpster diver? I would love to take just a quick inventory. If you are, and then I'm going to tell you the story. There's a reason why I'm doing this, because I stumbled upon this last night. If you are a dumpster diver, tell us about your treasures. Are you dumpster diving for food? Are you dumpster diving for merchandise? Hard goods, soft goods? I mean, what are you dumpster
Wait.
What are like some of the greatest treasures you found?
I mean, you really can't dumpster dive looking through trash, right? I mean, that's like,
But that's the vision I have. So what did you dumpster dive for?
I didn't, but like Coop went to a specific location where he had a really rough idea of, or pretty good idea of what might be in there. Unopened.
Well,
food
duh,
products.
it's a supermarket,
Right.
and that was the story. That I think it might have been Whole Foods specifically, that people were like just making food bank, by going to a grocery store, and I think that was a particular. I think one was Whole Foods.
I remember a story once of a woman, I think in Philadelphia, who went into a dumpster behind a Staples after all of the back to school hubbub.
Right.
Right. And they threw away, they just weren't selling loose leaf paper. They weren't selling cheap folders. And she took them
Are
all.
you serious? They're throwing that stuff away.
When the products change, when the merchandising changes, the other products have to go. And she donated it all to her community school.
All right, let's go to phones. All right, phones right now, and then I'll tell you the story, and then also we can work on a classic crotchety here as well. If you haven't heard the crotchety old man, if you're new to the MJ Morning Show, you're in for a little surprise, a little treat. All right, I wonder which one I could be playing. All right, so if you're a dumpster diver, I'd love to hear your story. 800-990-1047. 800-9... I'm looking at one of the callers on hold. All right, 800-990-1047. If you're a dumpster diver, or have you had success in the past dumpster diving, what's some of the greatest stuff you've ever retrieved from a dumpster? Let's go. Fire up the dumpster diver phones. 800-990-1047. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is I found this item about Melanie Diaz, and she's 22, young woman, 22 years old. Melanie Diaz, a nice, attractive, young 22-year-old woman, and she says that she's saved about $50,000 over 2 years by dumpster diving.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a majority of your food, I mean, vegetables are thrown away. They still have a couple of days left, or a couple of weeks left, possibly.
She says clothing, other essentials, and she watched social media videos. Is there like a category of social media video? Can you go to like Instagram Reels or I don't do TikTok because of the Chinese spy operation aspect, but are there like videos specific to dumpster diving where people like, oh my God, look what I found?
There are.
There's everything on YouTube.
Yeah,
Dumpster diving tutorial.
No,
I just Googled
didn't say
it.
YouTube, but YouTube's another outlet.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one where you can see long form videos.
Right.
YouTube, Instagram Reels. Yeah, Michelle.
On I just Googled dumpster diving tutorial, and it comes up.
On YouTube?
Yeah, all kinds.
Dumpster
Dumpster diving 101 tips.
Look at that.
15 minutes. There you go.
All right, but this is where it gets even better. It turns out that Melanie Diaz is from right here in Tampa.
Oh, where's she going?
Yeah.
Let's follow her.
All right, so Melanie Diaz, 22, got a taste for trash. She somehow was exposed to some of the social media videos on dumpster diving and watching other people salvage stuff from residential dumpsters, like apartment complex dumpsters, as well as dumpsters behind stores. During her first dive, the Tampa, Florida resident told SWNS, it's a news operation, that she found a bunch of books, toys, and other reusable items. And then she got a taste. It's like, get a taste for blood. And,
The thing is, these dumpsters are essentially like lottery tickets. You never know what's inside. You don't know if you have a winner or not until you scratch it.
Or it's like the storage garage, Storage Wars. You're bidding on the.
Except here it's free.
Yeah.
You're not betting.
Yeah.
You're not bidding. Yep.
The term.
Yep.
The term is freegans.
What is that?
Not a vegan.
Hold on. What is it?
Freegans.
Oh, freegan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody that just looks for stuff for free.
Yeah, somebody or an urban forager.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, freegan.
I never heard that.
Yeah. Over a 2-year period, Melanie Diaz of right here in the Tampa Bay area says she's found everything from clothing to home decor to pet food. She spends 4 to 5 hours a day out foraging in dumpsters here in the Tampa Bay area.
Does she have a job?
Wow.
Does she do it every day or just on special days?
She says, since I started dumpster diving, I've saved a lot of money. She's a freelance content creator. I've used the money to put toward traveling around the world.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She's going to be scuba diving next to you and over where the hell you're going.
Philippines.
How'd you get here
Yeah.
and do a radio show? I'm a dumpster diver.
She says her she says her biggest hauls come from dumpsters at TJ Maxx, HomeSense, and home goods stores.
Yeah. When the products have to go, when the shelf of material is no longer needed, they bundle it up, bag it up, and throw it out.
All right, let's go to phones. Then I'm going to roll out a classic crotchety old man call in just a second. But also, she's apparently not diving for food. You have other folks that are doing the supermarket circuit, and they're just pulling out perfectly good food that's being chucked away because maybe it's a day or two past the Best Buy sell date, you know? All right, let me grab Carmela. It's Carmela Soprano.
Good morning, you guys.
Hey, in Sefner. Hello, Carmela Soprano. Go ahead. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. So this happened to me probably the mid-'90s. I was temporarily staying with my parents in Valrico, and I was moving, and I had my purse in the back seat, and I didn't know. Anyway, someone had broken into my car and stole my purse. My car wasn't unlocked. They actually broke the window to get my purse.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know my purse was in there, but I got a call like the next day from a convenience store in Plant City. A dumpster diver had found my purse.
Wow.
My wallet was in my purse.
Yeah, because what they do, if they rip off your purse, they just go into the wallet, they grab the cash. You know, sometimes they might try to grab the credit cards, but then they discard it. They chuck it.
Yeah.
Right. And so the convenience store clerk called me. They looked up my family's number in the yellow pages, or the white pages, sorry, and called me and told me they had my purse. A dumpster diver had found it.
You found a dumpster diver with a heart of gold.
Wow.
Right.
That's very nice, Carmel. Thank you for sharing the call. Oh, Michelle.
What?
Do you remember the friend that we had, or the acquaintance of ours that got mugged and ripped off and their purse was stolen? And I did the detective work and we found the purse. Do you remember that story?
No.
All right, hold on a minute. I got something else to add. First, let me finish up with phone calls here. Carmen is in Tampa. Carmen, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Are you a dumpster diver, Carmen?
No, I'm not, but my mom's best friend was. And about 10 years ago, she was building a home in Mississippi, and they were demolishing a building. She came across these wrought iron gates, gorgeous.
Oh,
and
wow.
She asked them, what are y'all going to do with this? And they're like, oh, we're hauling them off to the dumpster. And she's like, can I haul them for you? And they're like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And she went and put them in all around her house. And her husband was a welder. They're gorgeous.
Oh,
They
very,
cost her anything.
very, very nice. Well, thank you. All right, I'm not quite getting the dumpster. Let me grab Boomhauer.
You might know a thing or two about
Boomhauer, a regular caller from Spring Hill. Boomhauer says he's a dumpster diver pro. Boomhauer, welcome back.
I am the master of dumpster diving, without a doubt. Right now, I have a job that I'm doing. I went dumpster diving at a industrial park.
Yep.
And I ran across an injecting molding plant, and I have a regular stop there. Well, they're making the packaging for the pharmaceuticals, but then they went ahead and they're starting a plant to make the pharmaceuticals.
All right, but cut to the chase. What are you ripping out of the dumpster? What are you getting?
Big stainless steel tanks that are custom made. They spent $18,000 building these tanks, and they've never been used.
All right, Boomhauer, what the hell are you going to do with these big stainless steel tanks?
What are you making, bathtubs on the side?
What are you going to, make some whiskey in the backyard? What are you going to do?
Moonshine?
Actually, I had a guy call me about 2 tanks, said he wanted to buy all the stainless I had, because this is all medical grade.
Wow.
Never been used.
Wow.
So do you scrap it?
No, you don't want to scrap this. It's just they spend thousands of dollars building this. This is something they could put in like a brewery or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. Backyard still operation. Boomhauer, thank you, buddy. How about I'm still looking
I
for
still feel like we're missing the mark on what we're
I'm
looking
still
for.
looking for the folks that are going behind like Britain Plaza and jumping into like dumpsters.
Maybe it's not as popular as you think.
No, maybe the people are awfully secretive about their ways.
hang on.
Maybe it's like asking for like a traveler or something.
Caesar or Cesar in Crystal River. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, well, tell me about your dumpster diving.
Well, I don't dumpster dive, but I own a sign shop in Crystal River, and the homeless people go there. One day I came out, and I told him what was he doing, and he says I'm looking for stuff in the dumpster. I was like, well, what have you found? What have you? It was like the other day I found a bunch of jewelry. I was like, really?
Bunch of jewelry in the dumpster?
A bunch of jewelry, and I didn't believe him, but he explained it to me. He was like, you remember how we had the hurricane? And I was like, yeah, and everything got flooded behind here. Behind the sign shop, there's a storage unit. It's like, well, these storage units, I guess people live out of town, and the guy just told them to clean it out.
Oh, they were underwater, so then the stuff the storage unit crap got thrown into the dumpster and it had some jewelry in there?
Yes, and I believe him. He's like, because I found them in boxes, and they were wet clothing, and I found them in there. So every time I get
how much money and jewelry do you think you found?
He said about $10,000, but that I didn't believe.
Oh my God! All right, Cesar, thank you very much. I'm still looking for like more of the traditional dumpster. Alex in Lakeland. Alex, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. I pick up stuff like on the side of the road, behind stores and stuff of that nature, like refrigerators, vanities, all these stuff that people are just throwing away. That's like gold.
All right.
And I'll bring it home. I'll fix it up or paint it or something like that, and I'll turn around and sell it. Like I get a refrigerator for free. I clean it all up and make it nice, pretty, and I can turn around and sell it for $200.
Look at that. Thank you, Alex. All right, one more call on this. Alberto in Paducah, Kentucky. Hello, Alberto. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ.
Yeah, Alberto, go ahead.
Yeah, so just for all the listeners, if you do have to go dumpster diving, the best one is behind an Aldi's.
Oh, Aldi.
Ooh, I love a good Aldi.
And, they just opened up the new Aldi at Kennedy and Dale Mabry in South Tampa.
Alberto, what makes an Aldi so good?
Well, they have some small items like shoes and such. But
wait a minute, Aldi sells shoes?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that.
Little rubber shoes for like walking around the house.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, slip-on type stuff. Anyway, for 2.5 years, I kept hitting it in Michigan, Wyandotte, Michigan. It's just outside of Detroit.
Right.
And frozen pizzas, cans of Coca-Cola, just because it broke the strap.
So like like a plastic strap will break and they'll just throw the whole thing away?
Right. They just throw. Oh yeah, it was incredible. So I'd fill up my bicycle with it. And when I went back to the house in Michigan, I was kind of hired to remodel some houses in Michigan. And he took me from Palm Harbor to go there. And it was kind of I give you a place to stay, you're going to work. And when he saw that I came back with all this food, he flipped out. So it became a two-man team.
A two-man Aldi dumpster diving team. Hey, Alberta, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take care.
All right, Alberta, thank you. Well, folks, if you're dumpster diving, this is a cautionary, crotchety old man, Milton Fludge Cow tale.
Recycling and waste.
Oh, thank God you've answered. I'm stuck in one of your dumpsters.
In the dumpster?
I'm stuck in one of your dumpsters. I was collecting aluminum cans like you hear right now for recycling. You know, I can get 16 cents a pound. I can make 70 to 80 cents a day. And I got stuck in one of the dumpsters, and I can't get out.
Sir, let me transfer you to dispatch.
Thank you. Hurry up. I might die in here.
Operations, Frank.
Oh, thank God you've answered. Frank, I'm stuck in one of your death trap dumpsters.
How did you get in the dumpster, sir?
I'm collecting aluminum cans, and I climbed in, I leaned over, and I fell in.
Excuse me, push the top of the dumpster open and climb out.
I'm trying. I can't reach it.
What is your location, please?
What?
What is your location?
I think I'm at the Denny's.
Which Denny's is that, sir?
I'm behind the IHOP.
What street are you located on?
I'm having amnesia. I can't remember because it was 100 degrees out there today, and I'm all hot.
Can you tell me what part of the city you're in?
I'm somewhere near downtown. Oh, hold on a sec. What's that? Oh, I think the truck is coming.
Push the top of the dumpster open so the driver can see you.
I tried. No, I'm getting lifted.
What is the number of the truck?
I can't see it. I'm getting lifted.
Tell me your location so I can get in touch with the driver.
I'm getting lifted. I'm upside down. Oh, he's slamming the dump.
Where are you?
I don't think I can hold on. I'm falling down.
Tell me where you are.
I'm in the dumpster. I was tossed in the back of the truck. I think it stopped. Whoa!
Where are you, sir?
It's starting to compact.
Tell me where you are.
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Come on. Tell me where you are. You've got to climb out of there.
He's compacting the load.
Try to climb out.
I'm trying.
Attention. Oh, my God. What are you doing?
Can't move. Getting wedged.
Get out of there.
I can't.
You've got to get out of there. Oh, my God. Where are you?
I can't talk any longer.
You've got to try and get out. Get the driver's attention.
It's about to crush myself.
Get help.
Oh,
Get out of there. Climb out.
Crotchety old man, the dumpster call. Little cautionary tale. 7:21 at the MJ Morning Show. In minutes, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. I've got a creepy first date. Oh, my. If this happened to you, if you go out on a first date and this happens during the date, what do? Creepy, creepy, creepy. Also, what about when the Uber driver causes you to miss your freaking flight at the airport? Holy crap. That and a whole lot more. Hour, 20 minutes, nonstop MJ next. So stand by. Hey, my friends at Banco, they are your apps. 7:28, 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. I mean, no one else does this. An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop content right here, right now. Let's go. A lot of concerned listeners regarding... Fester, what are you looking for? You're searching the studio like you dropped the contact lens or something.
We don't have any coffee stirrers in the studio.
Hold on. You're disrupting the show. You're distracting me, walking around like you're...
I'm not trying to.
You're a menace. You're looking for. You're aimlessly walking around the studio looking for coffee
Thank you.
stirs.
Michelle has a plastic spoon thing. I wasn't trying to disrupt you. I was trying to do it quietly and not bring it up, but you had to bring it up. So you disrupted yourself. Okay. And now that I have the plastic spoon from Meech, I can stir the coffee.
Stop calling my wife Meech.
I will not.
Knock it off with Meech. I hate that Meech.
You know who hates it? You know who's supposed to hate it? You.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
I love
great.
calling other guys' wives' pet names.
All right. 7:29 at the MJ Morning Show. You ready for the creepiest first date ever? What would you do in this situation? So this woman, this is weird. This woman, name is Lauren. Lauren tells a story, and she shot a little social media video. It popped up in my reels. And this Lauren talks about a totally bizarre first date. So she became Instagram friends with this guy, and they're going back and forth, and they're talking, and they finally meet up for a date. All right, ready for this?
Yeah.
They finally meet, and they're at a restaurant. And Lauren says, I just got back from the most horrifying first date and one of the most bizarre days in my life. I need a therapist. I have trauma. So what the hell did this guy that she's been conversing with on social media, they become, internet pals, they finally meet for a meal. They're at the restaurant, and the guy whips out a book and puts the book on the table.
Oh, no. What was the book?
It is not a book that you'd think of, an actual book written by an author. No, it was a scrapbook. The guy had taken all kinds of pictures of her from her social media and inserted himself. So she's on vacation here. She's doing this there. The guy took all these pictures from her social media, and he puts himself next to her in all of the pictures.
Oh.
Whips out a scrapbook, drops it on the table, and starts thumbing through the page. Oh, look what I did. Ooh, look what I did.
Did he think he was, flattering her and showing how...
Oh, my
enamored he was with her?
I mean, that's very stalker... Is this stalker-razzi? It's not paparazzi. He's not following her, but he's following her online.
Anyway, she says the date started off well. They ordered appetizers, made conversation. And then she went to the bathroom, comes back, and the book is on the table.
And she's probably like, oh, what's this?
He's
like, open it.
The bizarre, freakified, weirdo scrapbook. Is that not nuts?
I want to see the scrapbook.
Yeah. So she thinks that these were images of her, but she thinks that he might have used like AI to put together the pictures and insert himself.
You can do that. You can upload a photo.
Here's the deal. She has never taken one photo with this guy because this is their first date.
Sure.
And she comes back from the bathroom, and on the table is this whole scrapbook with pages and pages of images of her with him, all over the place. So I guess some of the images were of her at a certain place, and he puts himself in. Other images, she was taken, her face and body were taken, and then placed into other scenarios where she had never been. It was this bizarre, weirdo scrapbook.
You can upload a photograph of yourself and a photograph of somebody else.
Yep.
Let's say, I don't know, me, right? And you could say, put the two of us in front of the Egyptian pyramids, or put the two of us in front of the Taj Mahal.
I was thinking Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
I knew you were going there.
But,
I'm clairvoyant.
You are. Put us,
that does still make me laugh. Clairvoyant. All right, go ahead.
It's a guy who knows what he's going to catch that day.
Go ahead.
But you can do that with AI. You just upload, just a couple of facial images or maybe a couple of body images so it knows exactly how proportionately fat I am, and it'll place you in locations.
So this dude made it seem like they were a couple in page after page in a creepy. She said she couldn't get out of there fast enough. But, it also goes into how artificial intelligence, how AI is changing a lot of aspects of life, like even in dating in this particular fashion. Now, I've seen some of the AI creations where you tell the program, create this picture, and man, you get the freakiest stuff. Remember we had a hot dog with hair and a zipper on it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was like an AI image of a hot dog, and it had like a zipper from a pants on this, and then like hair was growing out of the hot dog. I mean, just bizarre freaking stuff. It's like weirdly dystopian. It's just strange stuff. Anyway, weirdo date. Yes, Michelle.
I think he just wanted to communicate to her where he saw the relationship going. Like, this is what he had hoped for in the future.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like I'm your friend till the end.
Well, no, I mean, how many times do you hear about
that? You know what that's like? If I can't have you, nobody
Well,
can.
no.
Yeah,
maybe shades of that.
She's
but,
not hacked up on the last page of the scrapbook. Yeah, they're not at like a meat butcher house getting next to a bunch of knocked cows off on the side and she's there hanging. No. I mean, how many times do you hear about people going on dates and then the response from one of the parties is, oh, all they wanted was to hook up or to get together one time. This guy's showing some kind of initiative, even though it's really creepy.
Long-term interest.
That's just bizarre. I mean, do you think it's worth going to phones for a second and just asking listeners the creepiest, weirdest date? Do you have anything to top the scrapbook?
I don't think we're going to top it, to be honest with you.
So you're saying no calls?
I don't think it's worth it.
All right, no calls.
Okay.
All right, fine.
Sorry.
Fine.
It's the...
All right, blame Michelle. Michelle just nixed phone calls on this.
Blame or thank Michelle.
You want to talk about blame? Blame the freaking Uber driver. Person misses their flight. A series of idiotic moves and mistakes and errors. What am I thinking of, the Taylor Swift Eras tour? All right, this whole compiled and compounded errors from the Uber driver cost this person their flight. They missed the freaking flight. So the Uber passenger, this is from a Reddit thread, one of the travel threads, and apparently the passenger wanted to wring the Uber driver's neck. So Brandon Straka apparently was grabbing an Uber to the airport. Turns out the Uber driver first went in the wrong direction and then was running out of gas, had to stop for gas.
Oh, that's not good.
No, the person ended up missing the flight because of the Uber driver. So, quote, my Uber driver went in the wrong direction on the way to the airport, had to turn around, then he had to stop to get gas. The person was already cutting it kind of close because then and I hate when this happens. You order an Uber and it's like 7 minutes and then it goes to 10 minutes. And then, have you ever gotten the Uber drivers and you're looking at the map and it's like they're driving in circles? It's like, where the hell are you going?
They're dropping someone else off.
What are you doing? And then it turns into 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So this person said the Uber driver was 15 minutes late. then went the wrong way, had to turn around, then said, "Ooh, I got to stop for gas." Holy crap. Why don't you stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get some get a coffee and a Boston cream while you're at it? Why don't you get your nails done? My God. I mean, that's I would grab the Uber driver by the neck and probably choke him out. What I'm thinking.
That's appropriate.
All right, folks, the Truth Booth is coming back. We will do the Truth Booth at around 8 o'clock. People seem to love the Truth Booth, where you call up and you can ask a question of Fester, a question of my lovely wife, Michelle, or a question of me, MJ, and it's the Truth Booth. So we have to answer honestly. So get ready for the Truth Booth coming up in just a bit here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. This is a weird story, but also I'm going to say something and people might be disturbed by this. This is a really lousy thing to say.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that. Let me.
You're gonna hold. You can't tease like that.
Oh yes.
This is a lousy thing to say. I'm not gonna tell you right now.
Well, hang on. I want to set up the story. I want to talk about it, and then I'll tell you the lousy thing that kind of crossed my mind. I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad saying, but I'm just being honest. I mean, you're gonna get honesty out of us. This is a weird story. The fiance of Faster Pussycat singer dies after going overboard on an 80s themed cruise.
Oh.
Holy crap. You know, we've talked about these 80s cruises.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like 5 or 6 or 7 acts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, open up a new window.
Okay.
And bring up, don't we have an 80s cruise leaving sometime this spring or summer from the Port of Tampa?
And it's really expensive, I think. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been like New Kids on the Block cruises and stuff like that.
Hey, Andrew, can you find the next big 80s cruise and kind of give us the rundown of who's going to be on the cruise? I want to say there's one that leaves out of Miami, or there's one, leaving out of... They got a bunch of these musical-themed cruises, and they are more expensive than the usual cruise because, sometimes they've got like 10 or 15 acts on there. Like, some of these like one-hit, 80s hit wonder, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's one right now.
Yeah, what do you find?
February 27th through March 6th.
Oh, so hold on.
They're out right now.
Oh, hang on. That's next year. Does that say 2026?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, well, go ahead. Where does it leave from?
Port Canaveral, Nassau.
Oh, so that's Port Canaveral.
Yeah.
Okay, that's over on the other side. All right.
That's the Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So who's gonna be on that? Go read the list.
Brett Michaels,
Right.
Billy Ocean, OMD, Taylor Dane, Sugar Hill Gang.
Go slow.
Oh, Brett Michaels.
Hold on, Brett Michaels.
Nile Rodgers.
Well, hold on.
Stop.
Hold on, just wait a minute.
Jeez.
I want to process each one.
Okay.
So wait a minute. Brett Michaels without poison? Just Brett Michaels?
He's been doing that for a while. Brett Michaels has his own thing. Remember he got clocked in the head at one of the award shows?
Oh, yeah.
He does his own thing.
Yeah. What did he have amnesia after getting hit in the head? He forgot he had a band?
Huh? Who are
He
you
forgot
guys?
he was in Poison? He doesn't remember anything. He forgets the lyrics.
Stop.
By the way, Brett Michaels is remember we met him backstage?
Don't pick on him. He's so nice.
Yeah, we were backstage for Def Leppard at the Ice Palace. I think it was probably the Ice Palace back then, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't Emily. It was before.
We were with in Gruden was there because we met him at the same time.
Oh yeah, John Gruden was with. We were backstage with John Gruden, and we were there to meet Def Leppard. And unbelievably, Brett Michaels pops up, and it was like Michelle and I are talking to Brett Michaels for 15 minutes, and I'll tell you what, Brett Michaels took a liking to Michelle. He was a nice guy.
Very nice.
All right. So Brett Michaels, is he going to sing like nothing but a good time?
Dude, all he's going to sing is the songs you already know. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me.
That's it. He's going to sing the same 5 songs every night of the cruise, and it's going to be awesome.
Who's next on the list?
Nile Rodgers.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Yep. Next.
We saw a thing about him.
We did.
With Chic.
Yep.
Gary Newman.
Oh,
the guy about short people?
Yeah.
Short people got no.
Yeah, no. That's Randy Newman.
Oh,
dude, Short People was Randy Newman.
Okay.
Gary Newman is Cars. Cars. Cars.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Billy Ocean.
Oh,
Ooh.
Caribbean Queen, or get out of my dreams, get into my car. All right, what else?
Berlin with Terry Nunn.
Oh, Berlin.
Okay, is this whole segment going to be Michelle
I
hitting
know.
weird bands and you going?
Yeah, I don't like this setup.
There's a lot of.
Who else?
I was just listing it.
But there's a bunch of different cruises.
I'm just going to do this.
But this comports with my
We
thing
get it.
that
But there's like the Monster of Rock cruise. There's the Soul Train cruise. There's the country music cruise.
Anyone else, Michelle? Who else?
OMD, Taylor Dane.
Oh, OMD. If you leave, yes.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, you ever go over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good?
Quiet
The
Riot.
macaroni soggy and the chicken tastes like wood.
He's not done, Michelle.
All right, go ahead.
Keep going.
Quiet Riot. Come on, feel the noise.
I'm not going to name
Girls, knocking boys.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Is there more?
I'm done.
That's why there's so many acts. That's why this cruise is $28,000.
Why don't we have like a cruise that's just like MJ impersonating all of your 80s favorites?
Yeah, exactly.
And you come out, we do a couple of morons in the news, and then you just do karaoke.
I wanted you to do that because this kind of sets up the morbid thought that I have. I really probably shouldn't say this, but this is bizarre. Kimberly Birch, the fiance of an 80s rock star, has died after going overboard on an 80s-themed Royal Caribbean cruise. Her husband-to-be, Faster Pussycat singer, Tame Down, T-A-I-M-E, Down,
all right,
was among the musical acts slated to perform on the cruise, which departed from Miami just this past Sunday. Yeah, so that's March. This is this year's 80s cruise.
Yeah.
Michelle has the list of the next one. So the cruise is in progress right now. On Monday, the couple posted a selfie together saying that they had made it aboard the cruise. The exact circumstances of her death remain unclear, but apparently she went overboard.
Oh,
A statement from Royal Caribbean on yesterday, confirmed that authorities were still searching for her body.
So she hasn't been recovered?
Ooh.
My God, talk about ruining the 80s cruise. Her family also shared the post on Facebook. It is with broken hearts that we share the sad news that Kimberly Birch has passed away. She was a beloved. Well, they haven't found her. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this was a disappearing act and she swam to some uncharted desert island.
I don't know. You're pretty far out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you who was on this cruise. But
All right.
you're not going to sing.
I will not sing.
You promise?
I promise I won't sing.
If you sing, I'm going to come over there and
right.
throat punch you.
Okay, go.
All right.
Yes.
38 Special, Soft Cell, Air Supply, Debbie Gibson, Sebastian Bach, The English Beat.
Sebastian Bach, by the way, from, was he Skid Row? Skid Row. I was going to Slaughter. Yes, Skid Row.
Also starring, you be quiet.
What else we have?
Who else?
Ray Parker Jr., Sheena Easton, Wang Chung, Midnight Star,
Wang Chung?
Anna Motion, Escape Club, Tommy Two-Tone, Jesse's Girl.
Holy crap.
Trial by
This
Fire.
is a pretty awesome
Hold on,
cruise.
Jesse's Girl is Rick Springfield.
No. It's
What?
Jesse's
Oh, there's
Girl,
a band?
world's best 80s band.
A cover
look,
band. Gotcha.
Dude, I can read. It says also starring. and
easy
if
now. All
listen-
right.
Easy.
Who else did I say here? Real Life.
But you didn't say Faster Pussycat, a band that I don't think I've ever heard of before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't a huge song, but so it's that guy's fiance fell overboard off this 80s cruise out of Miami.
If my fiance sang this crap song, I'd jump off a boat also. I'd be like,
you know
my
what?
God, stop playing that
That
one.
is a terrible thing to say.
Stop playing that one awful song.
It's almost
Good
as
one,
bad.
Fester.
It's
Good
almost,
one.
the truth.
All right, it's almost as bad as what I have to say.
All right, what?
If a fiance is going to fall overboard, couldn't it be like a fiance of a better-known act?
Oh, my gosh.
I've never heard of this band. I mean, okay, so this is a Sunset Strip hit. Okay, great. An industry hit. But this isn't popular music, is it?
Boo.
No, listen, there are people that know faster. They're on an 80s cruise.
They're like the last act.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't even know that they were listed. I
You're
can't
not-
even find like the lineup where this band is listed.
Okay, so here's my question about these 80s
Yeah.
cruises. Michelle just named a lot of, okay, now they're marginalized, but at their time, top tier acts.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, are they on the whole cruise?
Oh.
No, they jump overboard midway through the cruise.
She's not on the whole cruise. Faster Pussycat fiance is not on the whole cruise.
No.
Unfortunately.
No.
But like these acts.
What, do they send a helicopter to lift them off? The Coast Guard comes in with a rescue basket. So once Soft Cell finishes doing Tainted Love,
go back to the list,
Love. So once they're finished, the Coast Guard then lifts them off of the cruise deck to get them out of there.
Okay, am I in the buffet line behind Debbie Gibson? How awesome would that be? Yeah, right?
Shake your love.
Just can't shake your love. Right, yeah.
Shake your salad tongues.
Am I hanging out with a dude from 38 Special at like
caught up in you, little girl?
Right. Wait.
Yeah.
They do have ports of call, so I think what Fester's saying is like, are these people getting off and on? But
Oh,
you
yeah.
know you cannot do that. Remember? Because when you guys were going on the cruise, what did you and BJ have to do?
You flew to
Key West.
But you had to board the boat, and then you guys snuck off.
Oh, that's right.
And then you pretended like you got off the boat in Key West just to join us for the day, and then you guys got back on the boat.
So
you missed the first night of the.
So you were on the
cruise.
manifest.
Yeah, but what was the reason? So
Because you were watching the Seinfeld commercial.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
the commercial.
You're right. Yeah, we did the MJ and BJ cruise. We did a Carnival cruise, the MJ and BJ cruise, and it turned out that we had bought like a $30,000 commercial on the last episode of Seinfeld, so we needed to be on the air the next morning to take advantage of the recap of running a $30,000 commercial and not have a rerun on. So that's right. We boarded the Carnival cruise here in Tampa and then got off. So they thought we were on. And then we flew to Key West and then just walked back on the boat like we had never been. That's right. I forgot it. Hey, Carnival. In your face!
Yeah.
Carnival, we put one over on you.
They really suffered.
MJ and BJ shows circa 1998. We got you.
All right. So, but are these acts on the boat the whole time? I mean,
So off at these ports of call. And
I don't
then,
know.
you know,
Hold on.
depart.
Apparently, there's a caller on hold that can answer.
I want to know.
Our pressing question.
Is that a legitimate question? I don't know.
Well, hang on. Let me go to phones and say hello to.
Who's on the line?
I don't know.
It's line 11.
Hi. What's your name?
Christine.
Christine. Where are you calling from, Christine?
Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, and I thought maybe it was Clearwater, Alabama. All right. So, welcome, Christine, and you can answer Fester's burning question.
I can. My dad and his wife actually went on one of those 80s rocker cruises. I want to say it was one Sammy Hagar was on because she's a big Sammy Hagar fan.
Can't drive 55.
It'll be a long show.
Yes. And
Unless he does some Van Halen stuff as well. All right, go ahead.
yes, they do kind of hang around. The bigger acts weren't out like maybe in the public area all the time, but I know that
They were losing all of their money that they made in the casino. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like though I think I want to say he did run into it was maybe the drummer or whoever was performing in Sammy Hagar, and they all went and like hung out together, but it wasn't like him or Ricky Springfield was on the cruise, but the band members were a little more interactive with the group.
Oh, very nice.
I mean, the band members are a couple of clicks above minimum wage employees. They're having the time of their lives.
Now I've had the time of my life.
That cruise. Who sang this song? It wasn't Patrick Swayze.
It was Bill Medley and Jennifer Warren.
It was the Patrick Swayze movie. I was about to say because the Swayze cruise has been canceled for good. There's no Patrick Swayze cruise.
She's like the wind. That was Patrick Swayze.
Apologies.
All right, hey, Christine, thanks for the call.
No problem.
She really didn't answer my question because
my God.
So you're hanging out with the band. Okay, great. You play the guitar for Sammy Hagar.
Don't say guitar.
But the big acts, are they there the whole time or do they have a private area?
7:52, it's the MJ Morning Show. You're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. I don't think it's a secret. I've talked about it now for a couple of months that I'm going to be going scuba diving in the Philippines with a small group. So we're going to go to the Philippines. Literally, I'm going from the show tomorrow to the airport.
Yep.
And then I fly to LAX, and then I then fly overseas to Manila, Philippines.
Fester's taking you to the airport, by the way.
I'll take you.
Great. I'll give Fester a kiss goodbye. And hopefully I'll see you again, Fester.
I'll even give you a feel.
All right. So here's the deal. I have been inundated this whole week Actually, it started last weekend. I've been, and Michelle can attest to this because Michelle's seen my email and my social media. I've been blasted with emails saying, MJ, oh my God, did you hear about the shark attack in the Philippines?
I think my mom was the first one to text us, by the way.
Yeah, Michelle's mom, but it's listener after listener. I have probably 200 emails or direct messages or people just commenting in the normal thread on my email, social media. So there was a shark accident in the Philippines, and it just happens to be like right around the corner from where I'm going to be the first week. So the first week we're going to be land-based. We're going to be, and I'm only going to take a minute here. I'm going to move on. But the first week I'm going to be about 2.5, 3 hours south of Manila, a place called Batangas, and we're going to be scuba diving in an area called Analeo. And then right around the corner from Analeo, there's an island called Verde Island, and 2 Russian scuba divers passed away. But again, this is where the and people are like, oh my God, there was a shark attack. The sharks ripped the scuba divers apart. Let me tell you right now, I have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sharks of all varieties, just not a great white. But I've hammerheads, bull sharks, tiger sharks, lemon sharks, gray Caribbean. I've been around tons of sharks at depth, scuba diving. They don't bother you. They don't. A shark attack on a scuba diver is exceedingly rare. When you hear about shark attacks, it's like people swimming and splashing at the surface, and the shark just confuses them for food. They're not going after a human being. It's not like, Jaws. So here's the deal. The Russian divers, and this is all people hear, oh my God, attacked by sharks. The Russian divers, they got caught in a current. They lost the group. They ran out of air. And the Russian diver who was attacked and his arm was like chewed off and his hand was missing and all kinds of, it was post-mortem. It was after they had already passed away, and the opportunistic animal of prey, the shark, was just going after the dead diver who had already passed away because of lack of air.
Is this supposed to make any of us feel any better?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that it wasn't the sharks attacked the scuba divers. There was an event first that caused them to die, and the sharks just went after the lifeless body.
So really, I should be telling you, hey, MJ, watch the currents if you don't want to get chewed up by a shark.
Right. And also, I have a question.
Yeah.
Since he only ate the arm, does that mean he did not find it delectable, so he didn't eat the rest of the body? He just ate the arm?
I don't think sharks consume people. We're not there.
No.
They may bite and remove stuff.
And also, you said the example that you gave of a shark eating a person is when they're flailing around like an imbecile in the water. And if the person is dead, they're just floating around.
But they're still going to experiment and take a bite in many cases.
Oh, you seem like a shark, like you know what's in the shark's brain over there.
I'm a consultant for Shark Week, okay?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so...
Did you not hear the part where he said he saw hundreds and hundreds of sharks? Did you not hear that part, Michelle?
Okay, in you go. Stay safe, brother.
Diver in the water at 300 feet. Bell, do you copy? Comms check.
Comms check.
All right, so Michelle, what, you pulled audio from this new Woody Harrelson deep diving movie?
Hey, good luck, buddy.
That's what's coming up?
Stay safe, brother.
Yes. The ship's moving. Get out of there now.
Dave, can you repeat? The ship is moving.
So this is a new diving movie with Woody Harrelson called Last Breath?
Last Breath.
That's great. So you're playing audio from an upcoming movie called Last Breath.
You know what this is called?
Are you hoping something?
No. It's foreshadowing.
Much gas does he have left? Not enough.
We're going to be too late. It's a body recovery now.
Oh!
No, it's not. I'm not losing a diver today.
Oh,
you better hope that's your captain.
I'm not losing a diver today. Michelle, what are you doing? I don't care, but
maybe we should watch this.
I mean, MJ's not back on the boat. The captain's like, we're not losing a diver today. And then somebody comes up and says, wait, hold on. It's MJ. I'm like, well, all right. Well, we'll still look for him.
Maybe.
And what is this? Now you also pulled audio from Last Breath documentary?
All he had was 5 minutes. He was trapped. Maybe we are too late.
We're running out of time here.
What a lovely send-off from Michelle.
Well, and you're talking about these other divers. That's what happened to them. They ran out of air. They got lost and separated. It sounds like a similar thing.
I saw alarm which I never seen before.
This is really unfortunate timing that you're going on this crazy dive trip in the same part of the world where these two Russians were turned into chum, and the movie comes out.
It's right around the corner. Literally, the Russian divers died right around the corner. It's just a little to the northeast-ish.
Oh, thanks for the exact location.
No, it's only maybe like 20 miles. I mean, it's right in the same basic area.
I'll MapQuest it on.
All right.
I'm thinking we should watch these movies tonight.
You don't have to be a wise ass. All right.
Yeah, I'm the wise ass.
We got to talk about Chloe's new car here in a few minutes.
That's cool.
But first, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:58. It is time for another episode of The Truth Booth. Would you like to ask a question of me, MJ, where I must answer truthfully? Would you like to ask a question of my lovely wife, Michelle, where she must answer truthfully? Would you like to ask a question of Fester, where he must ask truthfully? Answer, thank you. Would you like to ask and then have it answered truthfully? Let's go. The Truth Booth is now open. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Hey, Andrew, we don't need any more Roxanne and Froggy questions. We dealt with those last time we did the Truth Booth, all right? So let's go. Look at the phones. All the lines are beginning to ring. 800-990-1047. What question would you like answered truthfully and from whom? Which one of us? 800-990-1047. Fester, bring up the screener.
All right.
And let's get her going here. Every line is ringing. Let us begin with Jesus. All right. Jesus is first up. Andrew, screen away. Jesus, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, thank God you've answered, MJ.
Oh, thank God. Yes, go ahead. What's your question and for whom?
It's for Michelle. Michelle, what cheesy pickup line did MJ give you, and how many times did he repeat his phone number to you?
Oh, my God. That's so funny, Jesus.
A cheesy pickup line. He didn't really have a cheesy pickup line. He pretty much just, took command.
Yeah, jammed my tongue down her throat.
Ugh.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. No. Okay, there was one line that you did.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. We were sitting in front of streamers in my little Toyota Tercel. My friend Lori was sitting next to me in the front seat, and you hopped in the back.
Right.
And you were laying back there because it's late at night, and you were just hanging out. We were talking. You go, "Hey, why don't one of you jump back here with me?" And we looked at each other, and we were like, "What?"
What if it was Lori? What if it was Lori that said, "Okay, Todd," and she jumped back there with you?
Yeah.
The whole script would be different.
And she wanted to.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in Lori.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you weren't.
No.
And
I was interested in Michelle from the beginning.
But I kicked you out of the car at that point. I was like, "Get out of my car!" Because
Get
that's
out of
kind
my car.
The better question from Jesus
It's
is...
the opposite of Billy Ocean.
The better question from Jesus is, how many times did MJ repeat his phone number? Give me a call at 813-310-8444. Michelle, that's 813-310-8444.
That's Fester's number, by the way.
You need to call me anytime.
813-310-8444, Fester's private cell.
Load up my lines right now at 813-310.
Michelle, when you answered the call, did MJ go, "Oh, thank God you've answered"?
No.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesus. All right.
Let's grab Gavin. Are these all guys? There are no women callers. It's all guys.
Philippe, Gavin, Mike, Brian, and then Twinkie.
Oh, Twinkie. Hold on. Let me see if
I don't know. what
Twinkie's Andrew says Twinkie's a guy too.
A guy named Twinkie.
All right, let me grab Philippe in Dade City. Philippe, you're on the MJ Morning Show Truth Booth. What's your question for whom?
Yeah, for the lovely Michelle.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Philippe.
Let's get it on.
Michelle, it bothers me, so I'm sure it bothers you. Why is it when MJ's trying to explain something and it's your story, he interrupts every single time? He did that to Chloe one day, and I turned the radio off.
Oh, man.
It's his habit. It's what he does. He can tell the story better.
Here's the thing. In MJ's mind, no matter and listen, Philippe, that's a legit question.
It's the truth booth, folks. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes it's the ugly truth.
Right there.
In MJ's mind, he feels whatever story is happening, whoever it's happening to, he can tell it better, maybe more concisely, which isn't always the case. But he'll take ownership of everybody's story, no matter whose it is. And that's just the way he is.
And that's why we love him.
The one story, it was Chloe was telling the story, and as soon as she would get to the thing, he would interrupt her. And then he wouldn't let her explain. He explained it. And then she would start again, and then he would interrupt her. I just turned the radio off.
Hey, Philippe, I have bad news for you. We're going to talk about Chloe's car buying purchase after this segment. And you can guess who's going to do the heavy lifting
Philippe,
on that
please note that I did not interrupt you while you attacked me just now. All right, I let you go like a shark attack in the Philippines.
Thanks, Philippe.
All right.
That's the first time, right?
First time for everything. All right, Philippe, thank you. All right. Oh, we have a female.
Oh, good.
All right, Heather in Weekiwachi. Heather, MJ Morning Show, Truth Booth. What's your question for whom?
My question is for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I just saw on Instagram that Roxanne is joining another radio show. How do you feel about that?
No, she's not. Yeah.
Roxanne took a job.
First of all, Andrew, I asked you to screen the call. We've already been through all the Roxanne and Froggy stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Roxanne took a job working for a TV station that does a daily show at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
she works for ABC 28 doing their morning daybreak show.
She's doing the one of those paid shows where people buy time to have their products pushed. So she's doing TV. She's doing a TV show.
She parted ways here to spend more time with her kids in the morning.
Gotcha.
Right, and then the bottom line is that they pre-record that, I think like
a day ahead.
Yeah, so she gets to drop her kids off at school in the morning, and it's done like the day before, and it's done after the kids are at school. She doesn't have to get up at 4:30 to come in here and do a radio show.
We wish her nothing but the best.
Absolutely. So there you go, Heather. Thank you very much. All right, how about Twinkie? I got to see who Twinkie is. Twinkie in Clearwater. Twinkie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. I think you guys may have just answered my question because it was a Roxanne question.
All right, so hey, Andrew, I don't. We've already been through the Froggy and Roxanne crap.
Hold on, two things. One, after you say that, they're not going to tell Andrew what their question
is.
is.
Well, then I have a question for you. Then, are you afraid of what might be asked because you're asking him to screen the call?
No, we've already talked. We did the Truth Booth a couple of weeks ago, and we answered like 5 Froggy and Roxanne things. I just don't need to belabor. I'm looking for fresh material here. I'm not afraid of anything, Twinkie. Why hey, Twinkie, why are you trying to stir up crap, Twinkie?
Yeah, ho-ho.
I'll punch the cream filling right out of you.
The rumor was that you got rid of Roxanne. She didn't leave on her own choosing.
The rumor?
The rumor? Oh, the big rumor mill. Oh, my God, the huge rumor mill.
In all honesty, how does the rumor mill make its way to Twinkie?
Yeah, the Twinkie in Clearwater. Go have a ho-ho. All right.
Ding-dong.
You ding-dong. All right, Mike in Newport Richie. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I got the best question today.
Yeah, go ahead.
MJ's been in the Tampa Bay area for a long time. But almost every one of us have been to the Mons Venus.
Yep.
MJ, have you ever been there?
Yes, and this has been discussed. I've been to the Mons Venus twice. So
awesome.
The first time I was at the Mons Venus was my bachelor party. And so it was the summer of 94 before Michelle and I got married. We got married June 26th of 1994, and a couple of weeks prior, the whole crew from the Power Pig, they took me to the Mons Venus. Then we walked across the street to the spaceship, to the 2001 Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yes. And then the second time I was at the Mons Venus was with my freaky wife, Michelle.
Way to go, Michelle. You go, girl.
All right, so Michelle, go ahead and tell.
Just quickly, because I was curious about the lap dance rule where the dancers had to stay 6 feet away.
Yeah, you were in law school.
Well, I was getting ready to start law school, and there were all of the hearings downtown.
Right.
And I saw, everybody going, older people that you would obviously never go to Mons. And then the strippers would get up and, say their rationale for why they wanted to not have that rule in place. And I was like, hey, what's going on in there? And you were like, let's go. And I said, let's go.
Right.
I want to see.
For those that don't know, it was back in like 99, 2000, somewhere in that vicinity, right? There was a proposal for a 6-foot rule. And essentially that would kill the lap dance. So there was a proposal, Tampa City Council, to have a 6-foot rule that the dancers have to stay 6 feet away from the customers in the strip clubs. And that became a huge news story back in the late 90s here in the Tampa Bay area, the 6-foot rule. And Michelle was getting ready to go to law school and said, hey, what is a 6-foot rule? And what a lap dance? So we went, Michelle and another couple. Who else went?
Some friends of ours.
Okay, so Michelle's waving me off. She doesn't want to say who the friends were. All right, so I've been to Mons Venus twice. Does that answer your question, Mike?
MJ, great job. I like you guys so much, but I'd like you to open this question up. How many people ask you allowed to have a true question asked and you answer? So for all you people out there, you're listening to the best morning show in the world. You guys have a good one.
That is awesome.
We got
Thank you.
Mike the hype man over here. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's the hype dude.
All right.
I need him to get like a clock around his neck, like
Flavor
Flav,
Flav.
exactly.
Like Flavor Mike.
Or he could put on a red Adidas tracksuit and jump out of the upper, like, left-hand part of the screen.
And just do the dance.
Like Jason Sudeikis on What Up With That. All right, Brian and Lake. All right, 3 more. I'm going to do Brian, Gavin, Dan, and that's it. Got a lot of the guys calling in on this.
All the men like you.
Yeah, all right. Brian Lakeland, what is your Truth Booth question, and who's it for?
Morning, guys. This question's for everybody, pretty much. Since you guys came back from Christmas vacation, you have stopped advertising for the Cape Girl, and I wanted to know why.
They ran a campaign, and the campaign's over.
Yeah. Advertising contracts have a start date and an end date. Usually they're in 12 or 6 month time frames, and the contract just expired.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be back at some point. So
there's no falling out at all?
No, not at all.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brian. All right. Gavin in Tampa.
I mean, hold on. A couple of years ago, I did a commercial for an erectile dysfunction company, which I no longer do. And while the campaign started off really solid,
they bet Fester's Wang.
Listen,
so Fester,
I was an endorser, I wasn't a client.
Right.
But although now I could probably use a consultation, the advertising campaign started off really solid. But after 4 or 5 hours or months, it started to go down a little bit, and the contract just expired.
I have no problem. I have no beef with the Cape Girl. The Cape Girl has no beef or problem with me. It's just...
And I have no problem with any erectile that wants to do advertising on this show.
All right.
I'm your man.
All right. Gavin in Tampa. Go ahead, Gavin.
How are you guys? What's going on?
All right. What's your question for whom?
I got 2 questions. Can I just do... I'll do both quick. I got a question for you, MJ.
Yep.
Are you taller than Michelle?
No, I am shorter than Michelle. This is a known fact, dude.
I love that.
He doesn't
know.
know.
Michelle's... Say it again?
I'm a short king, too, so I love that.
Oh, you're a short king?
Ooh. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. No, Michelle is what? Michelle's like, what, 3 inches taller than me?
I'm about 5'7". So
no, you're taller than that. You're like 5'8"ish.
She's like,
okay. You want to measure me?
Foot to foot, she's probably an inch and a half taller.
All right. Gavin, what else?
All right. So we were talking about Diddy and like his sons the other day or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I got a rumor going around. Is this true? Have you ever been to a Diddy party?
There's no a freak off.
That's another rumor.
Yes. Have you ever been there?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Rumors going around.
There's no rumor going around that I went to Diddy freak off parties.
No, Gavin's right. There is.
It's all over TikTok. Just search it up.
All right.
Search it up.
All right, Gavin. No, I've never been to a Diddy freak off party. I do not have a warehouse filled with lube and baby oil either.
But I love that Gavin gave me a new nickname for you.
What's that?
Short King.
Oh, the Short King.
Yeah, how short of a king? Gavin's gone.
Last call, Dan in Port St. Lucie, other side of the state. Last call in this episode of The Truth Booth. Dan, you're up.
How you doing, MJ? The question I got is, what was your on-air name on KQLZ?
On KQLZ, I used the air name Humpty Hump.
All right. Now, is there any unscoped or even scoped air checks of you on KQLZ?
Yes, there are. I don't know if they're online, but I do have some cassettes at home of me on KQLZ Los Angeles Pirate Radio. Yes, I do.
Okay, because the anniversary of the launch is going to be coming up on the 17th.
Yeah.
And
March 17th, 1989.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know that they used to have KQLZ.org.
Yep.
But I just did KQLZ.com. And
there's a pirate radio tribute site with a bunch of audio on there. I'm mentioned on the site. So I'll tell you what, if I find the cassette, do you listen to us regularly?
Yeah, I listen to you on YouTube.
All right, I'll tell you what. When I get back from the Philippines, if I can find the box of all my cassettes and I can find me in 1989, 1990, 91 on Pirate Radio Los Angeles, I'll pull a couple of audio clips, and you can also email me, and I'll send you some files.
Yeah, I'm looking online. Yeah. KQLZ.com is a pirate radio tribute site.
Yeah, so there it is.
Bunch of air checks.
Thanks for the call, man. Obviously, a student of radio.
And
right? Again, that is the Truth Booth, ladies and gentlemen. That's our second episode of the second wave of the Truth Booth. Post Hal Herman. All right, there it is. Listen, another successful edition of the Truth Booth. Professor, why are you grimacing? You don't think it was a successful Truth Booth?
I think success is in the eye of the beholder. Not my show. It's okay.
Oh, so you didn't like the Truth Booth?
I hate the Truth Booth.
What's the matter with you?
You want me to tell you the honest opinion? No, boss. It was great.
I think we're going to get Allison in here and do the Truth Booth.
Yeah, that's what we ought to do.
Whatever.
All right, so yesterday, Chloe got her first car ever.
A new car!
How excited is Chloe? The smile and how she was beaming. Michelle, would you like to just discuss observations of Chloe's first ever car?
I think it was even more exciting because she'd had that disappointment and letdown the night before. And so she really didn't know then when it's going to happen. It's one of those things where, you're told like, okay, this is going to happen. And we got all the way there and it didn't work out.
Do you think she thought for a moment that, that was my one shot, now I'm never going to get a car?
Yes,
really?
because that's your MO.
That
didn't work out. There we go.
Oh, what is this, the Michelle Truth Booth now?
Yeah, over. It's over. One and done. Over. Didn't work out. Not getting a car.
So
Boom.
Monday night, we go to pick up the car, Mazda CX-5.
Yeah.
A good small SUV, good safety, crash tests and everything. And, the price point for Chloe, it fit nicely. And we go to pick up the car. And listen, my dealings with that particular dealer were fine. I was very happy with the dealer. And it was a done deal until we went to take delivery. And there's a 5-inch scratch, through the clear coat and paint on the top of the hood at delivery. So, you know what? When you see the new cars on The Price is Right, I don't see any scratches on the hood. I don't see Janice, doing the whole model thing and then pointing out with her arm, the sweeping move to the big scratch. Oh, look at this new car. It's the 2025 Mazda CX-5 with California emissions. This is Price is Right music, by the way, Fester.
This isn't really common. This doesn't come to me.
That's the car music. Same with this one here. Come on, they're showing.
Yeah.
This is the car music a lot on The Price is Right.
A new car!
Yeah. And then they're talking about.
Look at Michelle showing off the new car with the hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could have been a Barker Beauty, Michelle.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to be.
Instead, you're stuck here with us.
But Chloe, very excited. Should we call Chloe?
No, she's at work.
No, she's not at work. It's 8:17. She's not at work yet.
So is today the first morning she never had to hail an Uber?
Oh, no, she's not driving it to work yet.
No, yeah, she's not driving it yet. We got to figure out where she's going to park and
Yeah.
In a spot.
Might need to get a hold of the 717 twins, And
does she need to borrow my fake handicap pass?
Perhaps.
She's not borrowing. She works at the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office. She's not going to borrow Fester's fake handicap. Do you have a fake handicap parking pass
from the state of Vermont?
What the hell?
Just in case.
Oh my!
Just in case.
Breaking news!
Yeah,
you
Vermont.
are as low as it gets.
The lowest.
Where did you get a Vermont fake handicap parking placard?
Well, it's
on the internet.
No, it's not a fake Vermont. It's actually a real Vermont handicap pass, and it has never expire on it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
fair.
we ended up getting the Mazda up in Wesley Chapel because they have the same exact car with like no miles on it. It just came off the truck a couple of days ago.
Yep.
And so we pick up the car. We had a good experience. And Chloe's thrilled.
We called them yesterday.
Yep.
They were able to zippity zip get her paperwork done.
Yeah,
And
Michelle found that they had the car in inventory, the exact one that we had tried to get delivered the night before. And then Michelle gives me the number. I call them up and I said, "Hey, here's my number." And they said, "Okay, we'll even beat that number." And boom, phone. Deal was done on the phone in 5 minutes
before we even got home yesterday.
Yeah, it was already. We did it on the way leaving the morning show yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Fester, she's not driving yet because she really doesn't know like where she would park. We haven't explored that, and she probably needs to drive it around a little bit in a less like have to be somewhere kind of thing. A less stressful situation to like learn the features of the car because she's unfamiliar with it. Be honest with you.
Yeah, and when I leave for the Philippines to go scuba diving, Michelle's going to drive around with Chloe a lot, and then when I get back, I'll also drive with Chloe. And listen, she's still.
She doesn't want you riding with her.
I mean, give her a month.
Oh, here we go. The truth booth is back.
Give her a month of just processing the car and getting
Yeah.
comfortable with it, and then she'll take you over to someplace fancy.
Right.
All right, you ready for how some people are trying to bamboozle Starbucks? I think that Starbucks is bamboozling people because anyone that's going to pay, $14 for a freaking drink,
A cup of coffee with some foam on top.
So what happened recently with Starbucks?
They changed their bathroom policy.
Well, no, you're close.
They changed their loitering policy.
Yeah. So
you have to buy something to hang out there.
So Starbucks changed the policy that you have to be a customer to hang out in the lobby, hang out in the store, because forever people would just, sit down, maybe not buy a thing, and maybe even walk in with their own drink and just sit down at Starbucks, use their Wi-Fi.
Have you ever gone to a Starbucks and like every table is taken?
Oh,
by
it's
people
loaded.
just looking at their computers.
It's like, don't you people have a house? Don't you have an office? Don't you have a car that you can just sit in at a state park? I mean, what?
Sitting at this coffee shop.
Seriously. So recently, Starbucks changed the policy that you had to buy something. You know what people are doing to get around that?
Will they buy like a cake pop for like $3?
No, it's something like what you do. People just have some Starbucks cups, some old cups. So they just walk in, plop down, use the Wi-Fi, consume a table, and they have a Starbucks cup from a previous visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what people are doing. And then of course you've got doesn't Starbucks. I'm not a Starbucks customer because I don't drink coffee, and it's just not my jam, not my thing.
Starbucks has like a whole line of reusable cups as well.
Right.
So there's a video of a Starbucks worker telling a guy that he needs to make another purchase to stay in the cafe, and it's believed that this guy just walked in to use the Starbucks facilities, and he just brought his own like old Starbucks cup in, thinking, "Oh man, this prop is going to get me a pass." And the employees at Starbucks, I guess, realized that the guy his cup that wasn't from that visit, and they called him out.
Yeah, I got busted once going into a McDonald's trying to refill a cup. and it was expired. Like the logo on the side was like advertising, like an advertising campaign.
Right.
And the guy's like, "We don't give that cup out anymore."
So they knew you would.
I turned around and said, "Turn around and shut up."
Because Starbucks uses like seasonal cups too, so people better be careful.
If you have their Christmas cup,
right,
and it's
it's July 7th,
or even this month, it's knocking on St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
They know, and also they know who comes in and who buys something.
All right, and then for those that are unfamiliar, because I do feel we have a lot of new listeners that are flooding into the show, and thank you, we appreciate it. You're right now in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We do it every morning around 7:25, 7:26. We do an hour and 20 minutes. You haven't heard a song? Well, we don't play any music, but you haven't heard any commercials because we go from about 7:25 to about 8:50 every single morning. Over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ with no interruptions whatsoever. And if you're a new listener, thank you very much. We highly appreciate you listening to the program. But for those that are unaware, one of Fester's scams, one of Fester's rackets is Fester had a trunk full of fast food drink cups.
Why do you say had like it's past tense?
Oh, I'm sorry. So Fester in his trunk, go ahead and list all of the fast food cups you have. Go.
I'm running a little low right now, but I have the Burger King cup, the plastic one.
Yep.
I have 2 McDonald's cups in different sizes, although I only use the large.
Keep going.
I use the medium for something
Go.
else.
Keep going.
I had a Hardee's cup, but that one kind of deteriorated.
Next, keep going.
I always carry a Wawa cup, and the key to Wawa is using Wawas that have the back door.
Oh.
And you walk in the back door.
Oh, my God.
And then you refill it. You walk
anyway, listen. So Fester's got a whole trunk full of different cups, and Fester is such a fraudulent frig that he'll just walk in with the cup, and they just assume, oh, yeah, he's got the cup, and he'll just walk in, get a drink, and walk out.
The key is to walk into McDonald's.
Unbelievable.
The key is to have the McDonald's straw.
You're the worst.
That's the trick part. So I have also wrapped straws to use, and then you have to like suck on it as you're walking into the place, like you're looking for somebody, and then you have to fill up again and leave.
All right, speaking of drinks, have you ever heard of Cali Sober?
What?
This is free. Cali, like Cali. Cali is what?
California.
Right. So going back to Cali Sober.
I've heard that term.
Right, what do you think Cali? I wasn't aware of this.
It's like.
What do you think Cali Sober is, the term?
It's like you only drink like wine on weekends or something.
Nope.
Or you snort cocaine on Tuesdays or something.
Getting warmer.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's more drug thing.
Getting warmer.
Like, I only smoke weed and that's all I do.
Getting warmer.
Okay, I only snort meth off the crack of hookers. I mean, what? I don't know.
You know what? You're in the zone.
Yeah, I mean, like you have some dependency, but it's not the worst.
All right, stop guessing. All right, just clam up.
What is it then?
All right. Cali Sober is no alcohol, but drugs are fine.
Okay, yeah, okay. I've heard. Yeah.
What?
I'll tell you right now. Listen, I completely understand that.
Man.
I think alcohol has ruined millions of lives.
Oh, and like drugs have not?
Okay, and smoking a little weed.
Have you ever seen a scab-faced, toothless meth addict?
Okay, California Sober isn't crack, okay? That's a crack addict.
Let me give you a ride out to Sefner. Oh, I'm sorry, you work in Sefner. I'm sorry.
You're not.
Sorry.
It's Dover. It's Dover.
I'm sorry, Dover.
Which is no better. But you're not doing meth. California Sober isn't a meth head.
Hang on, Andrew. Andrews wants to weigh in here, our producer. Yes, Andrew, the producer.
Do you recall an episode of a show, Elsbeth, a while back, where the character referred to Tampa Sober?
Oh, yeah. Didn't we have audio on that?
I have that right here.
All right, hold on. Play the audio. Go.
And that was taken months ago when I was still getting high. You don't get high anymore? No. I'm Tampa Sober. Just booze and Xanax.
What? Yeah. What show is that again?
Elsbeth.
So that's on CBS. It's a show called Elsbeth. I think I brought it to your attention.
Yeah, you did.
And it's a very quirky cop drama. And Elsbeth is a very quirky, fun character. But
on CBS.
Good show.
I've never seen it.
Well,
that's right. Tampa Sober. But that's like different than the whole Cali Sober.
I mean, but there are
deal.
whole zip codes I could think of that just drink and have Xanax, right, Michelle?
I don't. Booze and Xanax. Huh.
33629?
What?
Right? That's one.
What?
Right there in the middle?
Right.
South Tampa, right? 33629?
Right.
That's a.
Isn't that like Davis Islands? Is that the.
Is it?
3-3. Well, bring up a map.
I don't know I don't even know what our
I'm
zip
not
code
trying
is.
to out anybody's zip code.
We've lived in the 33611, and we've lived in the 33609. Yeah. So those have been our Tampa zips.
Yeah, it's like Palmacia.
Oh, 33629 is, but I think it might be Palmacia. I think Davis Islands might also be
Maybe
33629.
No, 33629 is the whole mid strip from like El Prado to.
Oh, it's just south of us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just south of where we are in Beach Park.
Yeah,
Okay.
so almost everybody in.
But not Davis Islands?
No, Davis Islands.
What's the Davis Islands zip code?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
Those Real Housewives of South Tampa. They're doing booze and
Yeah.
Xanax.
Yeah.
They're Tampa sober.
Yeah.
Or Addies.
What?
Adderalls.
My gosh.
All the pilled up South Tampa mommies.
Yeah, I mean, you drive. You ever go to the Trader Joe's in South Tampa and you hear the pill bottle clanking in the tight yoga pants?
And the STDs? the South Tampa douches. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
California sober is a thing where
I know it's a thing. I just told you it's a thing.
If you smoke a little weed, you're probably not ruining your life like cocaine does, allegedly.
Probably not.
You smoke a little weed, you don't drink. That's California sober.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing crack and you don't drink, that's being a crackhead.
Yeah. Like, what other drugs are they saying are fall into that category of Cali sober?
Yeah, drugs are okay.
No, drugs are okay.
But you can't just say drugs.
Yeah.
It's like saying pizzas are okay.
Whatever.
Yes,
It's
thank
so
you, Fester.
broad a subject. If you smoke weed and you don't drink, that's California sober.
Right.
Oh, you know what else I failed to mention? Going back to Chloe and the new car.
Yeah.
We have to have the talk with her.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We don't have to have the talk with her, as Fester pointed out earlier.
Right.
You feel better about having the talk. It makes you feel good to give her these rules or to impart this wisdom to her. And, she has a very responsible job. She's 23, going to be 24. Right. There are some things that, you'll say them more sternly and tersely than I will. I will just say, I've never driven a car after I have even one drink.
Right. So
and you'll say, you won't get in the car if you've had even a sip of alcohol.
Are you imitating me?
Yes. The information is delivered in two different ways.
Part of the talk with Chloe's new car is that she will not have one freaking sip of alcohol and get in that car. All right? That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, her insurance is freaking ridiculous. She's had a driver's license since like 2019 or 2020, whatever it was, and she has no tickets. Well, she hasn't driven much, but she's got totally clean record. And the insurance, because she's a 23-year-old, albeit she's a triple college grad, she 3.7 GPA. She's going to law school in the fall. Right now, she works at the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office for the year. And, Chloe's a good kid, but the car insurance is through the roof. The car insurance monthly bill is more than the car's monthly bill, the freaking insurance. So here's the other part of the talk is if you get a speeding ticket, it's going to it's already ridiculous. The car insurance is $6,200 a year. The car insurance, it's ridiculous. And then remember, that was through USAA, who we use, but we got quotes like Travelers didn't even want to even.
They denied the policy altogether.
So an insurance broker I know who we use for other things, ran some numbers as well, and Travelers didn't even want to touch it. Nope, they declined to even cover Chloe. All right. Then it was like Allstate was like $9,000 a year. Farmers was $11,000 a year for freaking car insurance.
That's a third of the car.
Yeah. So I said to Michelle, to Chloe, and Michelle heard me, I said, you cannot, if you get a speeding ticket, it's going to turn the $6,000 into who the hell knows what.
But here's the thing. So poor thing, also Fester, understand what we did. If she signs up through this app on her phone and they monitor her for 6 months and she's a good driver, which means no braking, no hard braking, and no using your phone while you're, driving around, then she gets a discount for the next 6 months. So it's kind of, and so we did sign her up for it. And I'm like, it sounds a little, I know it's a little big brotherish, but it helps her. I said, look, every time you can do this, then we get a little bit of a discount. It saves us money. We're trying to be responsible and teach her that responsibility.
We are going to do the big brother thing.
Yeah.
Is Chloe paying her own insurance, or is this dad helping out?
Well, you're a nosy bastard, aren't you?
Oh, what, the truth booth is closed?
The truth booth has been shut down.
Oh, let me share every detail about everything except for who's paying for my kids' insurance.
We're helping Chloe out.
Okay.
Even though she's making a real living.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
You're getting put together on this.
I'm damn right I'm getting put together.
You know what?
Why do you try to sell her a Winnebago now?
Listen.
From General RV.
Listen, I'll have you pay the insurance.
Why don't you put her into a Bounder?
Those are really good RVs.
Do you sell those?
That's really nice.
Do you sell them?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, all right.
So, well, listen, just ask you're the one bringing it up. You're the one that seems so shocked by these prices. I knew you had to have a little skin in the game.
Oh, the insurance is just out of control.
Yeah.
It's just totally nuts. Jay's in Tampa. Let me just take this call. Andrew says Jay's got a question. Yeah, Jay, welcome, MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I was wondering, did you get her a car from Veterans Ford?
You know what?
MJ discount.
You know, hey, very good question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, very good question. We went to Veterans Ford, and Chloe test drove a unit. She liked the Bronco Sport. Very nice car. There were 7 cars that were on the list, and ultimately, Chloe chose something different. Chloe chose a Mazda CX-5. But, Ford's got great products.
Yeah.
The pickup trucks, the Explorer is awesome. But for her, the Explorer was a little too big.
Yeah, she wanted something
a little smaller.
Yeah.
But, the new Ford Explorer is awesome. I love the new big Bronco. I think looks phenomenal. If I buy a pickup truck, it's going to be an F-250, without a doubt, from Veterans Ford. And that might be in the cards soon. But Jay, good question.
Yeah, everybody picks a different car.
Guys.
But
yep, absolutely.
We let her pick the car and the color.
Yeah. And listen, I fully recommend Veterans Ford. Obviously, you're looking for a Ford car, truck, or SUV. It's Veterans Ford, and yeah, if she did get a Veterans Ford, yes, I would have asked for the MJ discount. Hey guys, I listen to the MJ Morning Show every day. Can I get the MJ discount?
No, let me show you this free air freshener we'll give you.
No. Listen, at Veterans Ford, the MJ discount is no other Ford dealer in the market will beat a Veterans Ford deal when you go in and tell them you listen to the MJ Morning Show and you want the MJ deal. There is an ER nurse. We had a list recently. Do you remember there was a doctor's list of like dangerous activities and things that ER doctors see, the types of injuries? We went over this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Wearing Crocs and slicing avocados.
Yeah. So those were 2 things on the list.
Right.
ER doc says they see an inordinate amount of injuries, people trying to, slice an avocado, get the pit out, and they slice their freaking finger open, or people tripping over Crocs, all kinds of injuries. And, of course, Fester, dude, you're a walking disaster. Listen, you're obviously not the most agile. I mean, you're a big, heavy guy, and all you wear is Crocs. You're telling me you've never stumbled, never tripped, you never had a Croc problem?
I stumble and trip and everything. I mean, it's not, my stumbling is not Croc specific.
So that was a doctor. That was a different story a couple of weeks ago. Then I just found something else. An ER nurse, and she has a list of things that she'll never, ever do. And again, these are experiences of working in the emergency room.
Are any of these like super fun where this person is just being really lame about it?
Well, it's a really interesting, diverse list
of things the ER nurse will never do.
All right, so here's the deal. We'll never order a mixed drink at a restaurant or a bar because of the number of people that had a mixed drink and then came in thinking that they were dosed up.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll only order something at a bar that comes in a can.
This list is already bunk.
Yep.
All right, so
I'm already out on this.
You want me to just shred it, just throw it away? Just end it right here?
I will
keep
never
people hanging?
I will never go to a bar and order a drink.
You know what else I'm not going to do? I'm not going to drive a car without wearing a helmet.
Yeah. She might as well say that.
Hey, Ted Yoder did that.
I don't need to go back down your memory lane, but this is the kind of list it sounds like.
Well, back during high school in Virginia Beach at Cox High School, Ted Yoder's parents made him wear a crash helmet while driving his car.
It sounds like she's his mom.
Actually, that's actually more intrusive.
He had a. This is 1982. He had a Subaru Brat. Remember those? Remember the Subarus, the little like pickup truck Subarus? It was like a small Subaru El Camino. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Had the 2 seats in the back.
Yeah, this is the Subaru Brat.
Mm-hmm.
And Ted had to drive around town with a crash helmet on.
All right.
Hysterical. All right, so here, car is the next thing.
I'll never own a car.
No, the ER nurse says that she'll never own a Jeep.
Okay.
Oh, please.
I don't know why. Michelle, you had two, before BMW, before the X5, you had 2 Grand Cherokees.
Loved them.
Yeah,
All right, so hold on. That's not what she's talking about.
Right.
I mean, I remember.
I think she's talking about the CJs or the Wranglers or whatever. You know.
I stole BJ's Wrangler for like 6 months back in the day, the red one.
That's right.
And it was, and I was always no top, no door, no nothing.
I don't get the folks that ride around with no doors.
You know, and I did that for like 6 months, and I'm driving like on the
Hold
Howard
on, Michelle. You've never seen the people in the Jeeps where the doors are off?
Oh, no. I've ridden around in a Jeep with the doors off.
Okay.
Because my parents had a Jeep when we lived in Hawaii, and that's what we did. We went four-wheeling on the weekends.
With no doors?
With no doors or roof or whatever. It's fun.
Four-wheeling.
MJ, it's fun.
Okay, but four-wheeling and that experience is one thing, but the driving on the interstate, and you're looking down, and it's just every piece of crap on the road, and I'm just whizzing by at 75 miles an hour, tires humming. Bzzz.
No doors on?
No door.
What could possibly go wrong?
No, the roll bar. You know, but
Let me go down the list here. I got a lot of things to do. I got to move it along. So she says she would not own a Jeep. She would not drink anything from a bar that doesn't come out of a can. Well, then in that case, then if you're handed the can, then you don't want the bartender to open it up because something could be slipped in, right? You want an unopened can to open it up yourself?
But I think it's a rule that they have to open it. They can't leak. They can't give you.
Pour it,
Or do it right in front of you.
I don't know how you can do that.
You go to like a hockey game, they don't give you the can. They pour it in front of you.
Yeah.
But
So on the Jeep, the nurse says that, open roof and then a lot of times riding around with no doors could cause an injury to occur. She says she would never own a gun because of the gunshot wound she sees.
I have a gun on me right now.
Yeah, listen.
This is terrible.
Is her name Debbie Downer?
Seriously?
Yeah, ditto, Fester.
I mean, come on.
With an extra mag.
All right. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, gold dots.
Does she also not go to parties, kids parties?
124 grade.
I mean,
No bounce houses.
Trampolines on that list.
Yeah.
Bounce houses on that list.
Boom.
Flip flops are on that list. Right?
Hold on.
Rattle down the list that this no fun Nilly wants to have.
Kitchen knives. Now, hold on a minute. Wait. No, there's a so the ER nurse says with kitchen knives, she'll never have a dull, blunt knife that they cause more injuries than the sharp knives.
Duh.
The sharp knives sound like they'll slice your finger off much more efficiently.
No, when you use the dull knife, Fester, you're using so much force that you end up like
then you slip and then it ends up in your rib cage or something. You end up like OJing yourself.
I was holding an onion and cutting it with a very sharp knife, and it slipped. It's the tip of my thumb, and then all the onion juices flowed right into it.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this.
Hey, Michelle had an avocado injury herself. What? How long ago was that?
That was just last summer.
Yeah, Michelle sliced her hand open with an avocado accident. Just out of curiosity, were those
avocados from Mexico?
I guess.
With a bunch of tariffs about to be added to
say
it?
pre-tariff.
Yeah. Avocados are going up to $17 a piece.
I had a fruit accident once.
What?
You know those apple corers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah. I remember you sliced. You came in with a giant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
My thumb was wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
like a mummy.
And it was early in 2012. I made a New Year's resolution to eat more fruit because, like in 2011, I had like a banana once, and I bought an apple core. And the apple went like 98% of the way through, and I flipped it over and pushed it, and my thumb went right into the blade.
God.
And I had to have
that sucks.
Did you get stitches?
Our plastic surgeon friend had to clean out the infection. Ooh. It was terrible.
The arsenic from the apple seeds all in there.
So did that end your fruit eating New Year's resolution?
I haven't touched a piece of fresh fruit since.
Fester has had nothing healthy since 2012.
If it's not
no fruit, no vegetables, nothing.
I exclusively eat fruit from cans.
Wait, did you throw away the apple core?
Yeah. I broke it.
And then Fester also had the chainsaw accident.
The chainsaw accident?
Do you remember that? You almost cut your arm off.
Is never play with chainsaws on the list for the listeners?
Well, let me finish the list. All right, the nurse says she advises against owning a tungsten ring.
Tungsten?
Yeah.
Tungsten ring is a very, very strong.
Yeah.
like the deal with tungsten is it can crack under pressure.
A finger ring.
So you won't lose a finger, but it's like really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like the hardest metal or hardest alloy.
Tungsten is a metal. What is it on the periodic? What's the atomic weight of tungsten on the periodic table?
69.
No, it's not. I don't even know what it is, but if you'd like to look it up, you can go ahead and. Anyway, so she says the tungsten ring because they can't cut those rings off of you. Is that true?
Well, like my gold ring.
I thought firefighters had like a special tool to cut like tungsten rings off of people now.
If you're having an emergency, you really want to then also have to call firefighters to come in and cut the ring off before you can be like treated.
I think like the deal is like a gold ring. If you get it caught on something, it won't shatter or won't break. It'll pull and you'll lose your finger. But I think a tungsten ring, and I might be wrong, will break under pressure, but it can't be cut or something like that.
Yeah. So she says, she advises against owning a tungsten ring because they can't cut the ring off of you. She says she'll never share a lip product with a friend.
Oh, I just don't. I mean, who does that anyway?
Ugh.
That's just disgusting.
Anybody like to borrow my Carmex?
She says no to motorized scooters. The number of motorized scooter accidents that she's seen in the ER, lots of broken bones. Oh, also, she doesn't like coffee tables with glass tops.
Duh.
She says that glass top coffee tables have brought countless people into the ER.
Yeah, as you're getting thrown across the room.
Do we have a piece of patio furniture that's a glass top coffee table with like a bronze pineapple in the middle? You fall through it and then you impale yourself.
Oh, my God. She says the number of people that come in with lacerations from glass top coffee tables, that people fall, trip, they go right through the glass coffee table, etc. She says never cut any vegetables using a mandolin.
Okay. I mean, come on.
The vegetable mandolin.
Okay, some things you have to use an ounce of precaution. Right. Never. I mean, how about you watch where your thumb is?
How about you watch a tutorial on YouTube?
Yeah, seriously. To never say to all these things.
She says in the sun, always have sunscreen on, but particularly your ears. She says the number of like skin cancer cases she's seen on the ears. A lot of people put sunscreen on, but they forget the ears.
Hello, ears are a part of your body.
Duh, thank you. And then she says, this is it. We're almost at the end here.
Thank you.
The ER nurse says she would never own a motorcycle and she would never get on a golf cart.
Okay.
Okay.
I love riding motorcycles.
Oh, hang on. Never get on a golf cart with someone that she didn't know that well.
Yeah.
Don't get in a car with somebody you don't know that well.
You know, the parents that allow their kids to drive golf carts across West Shore Boulevard, south of Kennedy, in South Tampa, the parents are out of their freaking minds. I see like 10 and 12-year-olds driving golf carts on West Shore. It is the dumbest freaking thing in the world. All right, so that's the list from the ER nurse and things that you should not do. Hey, speaking of rings and jewelry, a guy has been accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry from Tiffany & Company in Orlando and swallowing the evidence. $769,000 in jewelry swallowed by this guy at Tiffany in Orlando.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you do with that after it comes out?
Yeah.
You just pressure wash it?
All right. According to Wesh in Orlando, it's Channel 2 NBC Orlando, Jathan Lawrence Gilder, 32 years old, back on February 26th, so a week or so ago, he pretended that he was representing a player for the Orlando Magic in order to get to the really, really pricey stuff at Tiffany.
What, did he say he knows Shaq? I mean, how did he get back there?
I buy all of Shaq's jewelry.
Hey, I need you to go to Tiffany & Company and buy me all new jewelry.
And then stop and get me a Shaq-a-roni.
$1 from every Shaq-a-roni goes to causes people care about.
All right, what other products can you think of? What else can the personal assistant do for you?
After you go to Papa John's and get a Shaq-a-roni, I want you to call the general and get a great rate on insurance.
Did you call the general to get a rate on insurance for Chloe?
I did not call the
general. Why not?
general.
What the hell's wrong with you? For a great low rate, you could get what?
Get in line and save some time? I don't know.
Call the general and save some time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Shaq also sells like Epsom printers.
Icy hot patches.
And icy hot patches.
I sell printers. I believe Shaq used to sell Buicks.
I listen to this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I saw a commercial. He was all scrunched up in there, like you know.
They show Shaq in a mid-sized Buick. They remove the driver's seat. He's sitting in the back
seat.
Look at how roomy this is.
His head is out of the sunroof.
So anyway, Shaq has all this. I mean, who else?
Yeah.
I can't name.
Anyway,
I cannot
let me
name
get
another guy who ever played for the Magic.
Let me get back to the story. So Orlando police are saying that this guy Gilder forced his way out of the store with earrings totaling $769,500, 4.86 carat diamonds.
Holy crap! That's a big diamond, right?
Yep. That is insane. Anyway, so diamond earrings. I guess the number of them. So I guess the total was $769,500. Oh, so it was multiple earrings. A pair of 4.86 carat diamond earrings, a pair of 8.19 carat earrings. Those are worth $609,000. Also a ring worth $587. A Tiffany ring, $587,000 at the Tiffany store in Orlando. That was recovered later. So the guy was pulled over. So he forced his way out of the store. He's got all this stuff. And then he swallowed $769,000 worth. So he was pulled over on I-10 up in Washington County, Florida, and was arrested on a resisting charge. And then the guy also had 48 outstanding warrants out of the state of Colorado. And then they took him to the hospital and they did an X-ray. And that's when they found that he had the earrings in his stomach, that he swallowed the expensive earrings.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when the property is recovered by Tiffany, do they have to disclose to the ultimate purchaser that this was like in the bowels of somebody? Like
these earrings were pooped out.
You know what? I'll tell you right now. You give them a good washing, my wife wouldn't care. She tell the story. This has been through some guy's large intestine.
Or could they be? Are they going to be discounted now? I mean, maybe they'll be within our price range. We can, go grab up a deal.
How romantic is that? Michelle, to celebrate our anniversary, I bought you some earrings that the guy in Orlando pooped out.
Oh,
gross.
Anyway, so a little more on the story here. So he's pulled over, and the earrings were spotted in his stomach. This is in the Washington County police report, I guess, or I don't.
How were they spotted? They had to take him to a hospital, right?
Yeah. Well, again, he forced his way out. They must have had info on his car and license tag, so there must have been a bolo out for this guy. They pull him over. They know that he was involved in this, grand larceny or grand theft at Tiffany in Orlando.
I have never seen somebody less interested in their job than mall jewelry store security guards. I mean, they're just sitting there like, the hell did I do to deserve this job? Ugh.
So Gilder asked the jail staff if he was going to be charged with what's in his stomach. Then he said he should have thrown him out the window of the car. $769,000 worth of earrings. He says he should have thrown him out of the car on I-10. Wow. And then it turns out that this guy robbed another Tiffany store back in Texas in 2022. Oh, my God. How about that?
He knew what to do.
All right. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
What do you think of the movie we watched last weekend? You brought this up, and you sent me the story. You found something. We watched a great psychological thriller, I guess you'd call it, right?
Uh-huh.
What was it?
You ever see Strange Darling?
Strange Darling?
Yeah. So, folks, MJ and Michelle movie pick. Strange Darling.
That was a Michelle pick.
Is it a horror movie?
Not really.
Oh.
It's really just kind of a psychological thriller. Yeah. It's not really a horror.
Kind of a serial killer, and there's don't give too much away. There's a great twist.
Yep.
It's strange.
It's a non-linear movie, right? So like it's shown the events are shown out of sequence.
There's like 6 chapters,
right?
And then they don't show the chapters in order. Like you see chapter 3, then 2, then 5, whatever the order was.
Mm-hmm.
But great freaking movie. Why'd you send me the link to the story? You sent me a link. One of last year's most underrated psychological thrillers is now on Paramount Plus. Is that where we watched it?
I think I sent it to you to watch it last week.
Yeah, the news is that a couple weeks ago, there was a big headline that it has a date. It's being released, or I guess it's out now.
Yeah, we watched it last weekend, and it was fantastic.
It came out in theaters back in August.
Really good.
It's been on Paramount Plus for about a week or so.
All right. Did you hear what Hilaria Baldwin revealed about Alec? Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. Also, what's the percentage of people that pee in the shower?
Okay, I don't even want to know.
We've got
that's
science.
Disgusting.
And then, did you see the kayaker in Polk County?
No.
Did he pee in his kayak?
No, you stop. And then a warning. If you flaunt it, you better watch out. If you flaunt it, you better be on the lookout. Talk about a bolo. All right, so I've got a very big cautionary tale coming up in just a matter of moments. Hey, that's just scratching the surface. Back in minutes, MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. And thanks, this does bring to conclusion over 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. But hey, we're not done. We got a solid hour. In fact, the best stuff of the day starts next. So don't move here on the MJ Morning Show. My friends at Internet. Here we go. 9 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show, and the 9 o'clock hour is on. Man, this kayaker story out of Polk County, that is scary. Holy crap.
Well, okay, what happened? I didn't
Oh, you don't know this? Female kayaker attacked by a gator.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Wow.
In the Tiger Creek Preserve. I am not familiar with the Tiger. Can you bring up the Googles?
Yeah, sure.
Bring up the Google's maps.
The Tiger Creek Preserve.
Yeah, where in, that might be like, what, is that far eastern Polk County? Is that like near when you head on out toward Yeehaw Junction?
I don't know.
Is that out?
Up. Tiger
Is that
Creek
off
Preserve.
of State Road 60 somewhere? Oh, no, it's south of 60.
Near Alcoma, which I don't know where that is. South.
Oh, near Nalcrest. Oh, yeah. When I'm on State Road 60 out there, I see the Nalcrest sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make a note, like walk in the water. You ever see like way out there? And
it looks like the bottom southeastern corner of the county.
Wow. So an alligator attacked a woman while she was kayaking, according to the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission.
There are a lot of gators in that area.
Yeah,
boy.
dude. Oof. Yeah, the woman's elbow was bitten as she was paddling inside the nature preserve, Tiger Creek Preserve. This happened on Monday. She was rushed to the hospital. I don't have all the details on her condition, but she was paddling.
Okay.
There is a 911 call.
Yeah, I know. We have it.
okay.
Yeah, we have. I'm going to play it. I have the audio. So, according to a gator expert, they say that gators usually don't attack kayakers.
Gators usually don't attack people.
That's according to Brandon Fisher, who's a gator expert.
How'd you like to have the last name Fisher?
Yeah.
And you know everything about aquatic life.
Yeah.
Yeah, gators don't attack people. Gators don't eat people. I mean, and in past cases, they've maybe been curious or they've laid their teeth on people.
They brought in a trapper to try to find the gator.
Good luck.
And
he found 100 of them.
Yeah. And I don't think they found the gator. Yeah, there's tons of them out there. Yeah. Well, a trapper did get an 8-footer, but they don't know if it's the gator that attacked the woman.
So essentially, he just got himself a new wallet, belt, and some boots.
Yeah, so Brandon Fisher, who is the gator expert, said that the gators usually try to avoid kayakers. And it is breeding season, so maybe the gator thought that, I don't know, maybe she was headed toward her, the alligator eggs? I don't know.
Did the kayak look like a
I mean, why do they avoid the kayakers?
Oh, you know what? The kayak's sort of the shape of a gator.
Yeah, like from the water, they look like a
maybe the gator was very attracted to the bright orange kayak.
Maybe he thought it was like the new AI crocodile doll. Instead of a human sex doll, he thought it was like a crocodile.
Here's the audio, but we don't know how bad she was. I hope the thing didn't take her arm off, like from the elbow.
Yeah. So we have an alligator hit her arm at the elbow. It's a tearing wound, a puncture wound. Looks like the kind that would get infected pretty quickly.
Oof.
I don't see the gator, but we can see the life vest bobbing sometimes. So I think the gator must be underneath the life vest.
Hold on, the gator got her life vest.
Yeah.
They could see the life vest bobbing up and down from the water. The gator must have had her life vest in the mouth.
Yeah.
Did he rip it off of her? Or did it fall off the kayak like a second vest? I don't know.
Andrew thinks he knows. Andrew, do you have any data, any details on the vest?
I believe that the vest came from a second kayaker.
Wow.
Or maybe just to hit the gator with something to...
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's just a puncture wound, so her arm isn't, dangling off.
All right, Fester, let me just make a note here, please. Note, do not go for a swim in the Tiger Creek Preserve in Polk County. I just made a note of it.
Any of these ponds or lakes throughout all of central through southern Florida, there's gators in them.
What?
What?
I got news for you.
You kidding me?
Hey, welcome to Polk County. We got gators.
What percentage of people, I guess, admit to peeing in the shower? Any idea?
Admit?
What percentage of people admit to peeing in the shower?
I would hope that number is 0 because nobody should be peeing in the shower.
Okay, I'll tell you right now, in my chair,
I'm a shower peer.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah.
And Michelle said, "Are you peeing in it?" I'm a shower. I will, but I
it all goes down the drain.
Yeah,
it washes itself. You have the water running.
I try to aim for the drain in the middle of the shower.
What?
So it doesn't hit the tile, the tile floor.
It just washes the tile. Washes the tile.
Just
gets
being
washed.
honest. You know that I occasionally, Yeah, 2,000 people surveyed. Nearly a quarter of people, about 24%. I'm telling you right now, it is so much freaking higher than this number. You got a bunch of shower peeing liars.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Because it's every man.
Yeah, come on.
It's every guy.
All right. So according to the survey, 2,000 people, 12% do it daily and 12%...
How is this possible? I do it
a few times a week. I don't do it
every time.
I don't do it every time.
Okay. That's okay. Fair. But if I feel as though I got to go during the running water time, you just go.
What do you think the breakdown is if you take men versus women? What percentage of men, what percentage of women?
I think this is so far off from real numbers.
Yeah, 30% of men say they do it regularly, along with 20% of women.
No way.
It seems it would be easier for the guy to go a little, shower tinkle.
It'd be easy for everybody. It's equal opportunity whizzing.
Tinkle while you sprinkle.
No. Look, hello, we have toilets. Use it before you get in the shower. That's the right pipe for that.
But you don't know, Michelle. Sometimes the sensation of hearing water makes the body react in different ways.
Oh, crap. I just got a notice. I didn't pay our Tico bill this month.
Well,
it was due on the 30th or the 20th. Hang on a minute. What? Last day of February. What was it?
28th on Friday?
February.
Yeah.
Yeah, February's the 1 month without the 30th?
February 30th.
Even on a leap year?
No. Hold on. What
is that going to be your defense?
No.
The bill was due on the 30th and there isn't a 30th?
Oh, man. I got to pay this. They're going to shut our power off.
They're not going to shut
our power or water?
No. I said Tico.
Oh, Tico.
Yeah.
Are you not on automated payment?
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for that one. Yeah. If I've got a fixed payment that's due every month, like a car lease, I'll do the auto pay.
But Tico is because it's a different amount each month?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'll tell you what, most banks will recommend that as well. When I worked at the bank, that's what we used to say.
What?
If it's a fixed amount, right, like your mortgage,
Yep.
Something of that nature, then you can go ahead and do it. But if it's something that's going to fluctuate or something that you can cancel, like a subscription, don't do it because it's harder to cancel the subscription.
Yeah. So this past February, just days ago, this February had 28 days Tico, please don't shut my power off. I promise I'm good for the money. In fact, I'm going on to my financial institution right now. I'm doing bill pay right now. Hang on a minute. What's the amount?
They're not going to shut you down after a week.
Hang on a minute.
Can you pay ahead so since while you're, because you're going to be gone, so it doesn't get shut off while you're gone? Because I won't know what to do.
No. I'll be back 5 days before the next one's due.
I don't know.
No, I'll take care of that. All right, I just made the payment. Oh, it'll be paid tomorrow.
Oh, geez.
So hopefully Tico does not turn. Oh, and Tico gas. If I didn't pay
all right.
Why did I skip gas and power this month? I don't do that.
You do. You just did.
Anyway, I'm sorry for bookkeeping and accounting here on the MJ Morning Show on the fly. So Alec Baldwin's lying fake accent wife, Ilaria Baldwin. What are you laughing at?
Lying fake accent.
Well, she is.
Okay.
I mean,
she's a little theatrical.
She's been busted countless times, pretending like she's like born in Spain, from Spain.
Right.
She's got a Spanish accent.
Wow.
She does not. She was born in Massachusetts, in Boston, to a Boston area father who was a lawyer and a Boston area physician, her mother.
Listen, if she needs some help, like navigating this area of being called out on the fake accent, I was remembering this.
Yep.
Remember when Madonna moved to England?
Oh, she came back with a British accent after like 6 months.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody was like, why are you talking like this? You're from America.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, time for tea and crumpets. What are you talking about, Madonna?
Know, right?
Cheerio.
So, they can maybe get together and Madonna could help her out.
So Alec Baldwin apparently wanted to off himself after he offed the director of photography on that movie Rust. Yeah, I haven't heard much about this Alec Baldwin, Ilaria, the Baldwins reality show. I guess the second episode or third. It just ran again over the weekend. I guess Sundays.
So the family of the
victim.
I forgot Hutchinson. Hutchins.
Yeah, Hutchins.
I forgot her name, but
Helena Hutchins.
Her family has come out and is just blasting Alec and his family for trying to monetize or trying to, not make light of this situation, but certainly utilize it in a different way. It's their story to own.
Right.
So on the second episode of The Baldwins on TLC, apparently it was revealed that Alec Baldwin was so distraught after shooting and killing the director of photography, the cinematographer, this woman, Helena, that he wanted to off himself. So from the show, The Baldwins, Ilaria said, I found these text messages the other day between us, the day after. And this is from a scene from The Baldwins, and says that he said he wanted to kill himself. And that she found the text messages. So who was he texting to? So Ilaria said that he has survivor's guilt. You're involved in this thing that no one could even imagine possible. And so it goes back to that day. He wishes it were him. So she claims that, dude, he is such a narcissist. He doesn't wish it was him. Give me a freaking break.
Well, what Fester was saying, to add to that, I read that their complaint is he's trying to use this reality show to make himself the victim. He's portraying himself as like, oh, I'm so victimized by having been, part of this. And
I don't care about Alec's side in this.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Okay, it happened. It's over in the court, right? New Mexico dismissed the charges.
The criminal charges.
Okay.
But her family is suing. Her mother, father, and sister are suing.
Yeah.
I think the husband and the son, as part of that, they settled.
So what's today, Wednesday?
And I believe the family attorney is Gloria Allred.
On Tuesday, yesterday, Gloria Allred, who represents the Hutchins family and the parents, they filed. They want them under oath, right?
Yeah, they're going to do a deposition in New York.
So they've already filed suit, so now they're trying to schedule depots?
Depo is coming.
Alec Baldwin's going to punch somebody in that depot. I'll tell you right now, he's going to attack him.
The deposition is scheduled for May 9th.
Oh, yeah.
So that means like
that's a Wednesday.
The May
I don't know.
I got to look at my calendar.
That's a Friday.
It is
Is it a Friday?
Yes.
Right. It's a Friday. May 9th is a Friday. You are correct.
Well,
yeah.
if you ever want to stop a whole conversation, just say what day of the week some obscure day in the future is. And everybody.
You like that?
I know that because May 10th is the Billy Idol concert, and that's on a Saturday.
Oh, I gotta get you Billy Idol tickets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. I'm on notice. I've got to get Michelle. How many Billy Idol tickets do we need?
5.
5. So you can't go to like Ticketmaster?
We're taking a gang.
Do I still know? Is Dave Harb still at the amphitheater?
Nope.
Is that
Gone.
where Billy Idol's going to?
No. How do you know?
Because I think he's been gone since COVID.
Well, no. Jim Menino.
I think the same thing.
Jim Menino was. I love Jim Menino.
Yeah.
He was down at the
Ice Palace?
St. Pete Times Forum, the Ice Palace, Amalie Arena. Yeah, Jim Menino, he was great for.
Yeah.
And I'm losing all my connections, and then I don't. It's been a while, so I don't even know if Dave Harb is still over at the amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get Michelle some good Billy Idol tickets. Or I guess I can call Don the IT. Hey, let me call Don the IT guy because I think he.
Dave Harb is the GM of a amphitheater in Franklin, Tennessee.
Well, son of a bitch!
I told you.
Like, I'm not going to get tickets from Dave Harb from the amphitheater, the Florida Mid
Florida
amphitheater.
I still call it the Ask Gary.
Yeah.
I still call it the Roz.
The Roz.
That was the best name.
Great.
The 1-800 Ask Gary amphitheater. That was the best name of any place.
The Roz.
The Roz. I saw so many shows at the Roz.
I love it.
I'm calling Don the IT guy because Don has that, like, doesn't he have that?
Oh, I don't know if he still has it.
The super table, like, right up front.
I think he merged. Didn't he like partner with somebody else?
Yeah, and didn't somebody say did the roof get ripped off, or is the roof missing from the amphitheater as well?
I think there are a couple of sections.
Don?
Don the IT guy. Hey, it's MJ, Fester, and Michelle.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, do you still have your killer super VIP table at the amphitheater? Because Michelle wants to go see Billy Idol.
Well, technically I do, but they won't be until next year because it doesn't have a roof.
All right, so wait, what? Did they take the roof off the amphitheater to put it on the Trop?
I don't know. Maybe.
So hold on. Are they not having concerts at the amphitheater?
No. So here's the deal: is where those tables were, they're moving the sound booth there, and then they're going to put a temporary roof over the sound booth because obviously that needs to be protected.
Wait, they're moving like the sound mixer area to where your VIP table used to be?
Yep.
All right, so what are they going to do for you? Are they going to give you, like, access to prime seats?
They have said once they figure out who's renewing and everything, at that point they can figure out, okay, yeah, these boxes are available and these seats are available.
All right, so do you want to go with us to Billy Idol?
That was our plan. We were planning on trying to go to that concert because I think I mentioned to you a while back that I'm actually in the Money Money video that was filmed in Lakeland.
Hold on. Whoa. Donna, are you on speakerphone?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, put on some regular phone. Hold on.
Oh, I got it.
Oh my God! It just went from black and white to color, like the freaking Wizard of Oz.
So hold on. You're saying you're saying the Moni Moni video from 1987 was filmed in Lakeland?
You're in the Moni Moni video for Billy Idol?
Lakeland Civic Center, 1987.
Are you kidding me? Hold on, Fesser's got it right here. Hey, where are you? Like in the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably like second row back. Look for a tall nerd in a white T-shirt.
Did you have a retainer on?
I did not wear a retainer yet.
How about headgear?
No headgear.
Okay, all right.
All right, hold on. I got to find the video.
Oh, wow.
But it was crazy. Like, we went to the concert, and then as you're walking in, there's a typical sign that they'll be filming. And then before the concert started, they said, hey, we're going to be filming tonight, da-da-da-da. If you want to stay after the concert, we're going to continue to film.
Oh,
and,
wow.
God, I think we stayed there for probably a good 2 hours.
Oh, wow, a little private thing. All right, so, Michelle, how many tickets to Billy Idol do we need?
6.
All right, we need 6. What?
Julian just texted me. I think he's going to be home.
Julian will be home?
I think he might be
Does
home.
this include Don going?
Don, no, Don, if you go, then
So now you're saying 8.
we're going to need 8 tickets.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You make it sound like you're inviting Don when in reality he's the guy getting the tickets. Don, hey, you get 2 tickets for you and your bride.
You know what? You know what really sucks? I got this really popular MJ morning show. 30-year history in the Tampa Bay area, and all of my good ticket connections are gone. I've got nothing. I got jack squat.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
And
you got Don the
I
IT
will work
guy.
on it.
All right, so it looks like we need, including you, we need 8 tickets to Billy Idol at the Amp in May.
And Don, money is not an object. MJ will pay any amount.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get his card. So later on, Michelle, if you could text me his credit card.
Absolutely.
And the secret number on the back as well.
Yes.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Oh, hey, what's going on with your Surface, Michelle? This is Don, the IT guy. What's happening with your Surface?
Oh, I just need a new one.
All right, but it's like it's like blacking out.
Oh yeah, the screen goes black, or my mouse doesn't move, around, and it doesn't accept my clicking on it. So
could it use a good cleaning?
No, I just need to get in faster. I just need to get a new one. That's how I function.
You know what? It needs to be dipped in Varsol.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don, what would cause her Surface just to be all freaky?
Somebody dropping it?
That's likely.
Oh, maybe.
Did you drop it?
Maybe.
Did you drop your Surface?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, she puts it in a bag. She knocks the bag around. I mean, she's not dropping it, but it's probably living a tough life.
Listen, my resolution is, it doesn't work. If 3 times it doesn't work, get a new one. There he is.
Oh, there's Don, the IT guy. Look at that. Second row, Lakeland Civic Center, 1987. Yeah. All right.
Can you really see yourself, Don, in the if you freeze framed it?
It's like I said, brief.
All right,
but
Don.
it was. I have an idea of where I was.
Did they coach you to you had to put your arms up in the air and be extra animated during the video?
Yeah, I mean, there was different things. I mean, I would say probably a third of the crowd actually stayed afterwards.
Right.
But it was definitely interesting. I mean, it was a cool experience.
Uh-huh.
All right, Don, I got to run. I'm running late here, buddy,
Okay.
but I'll
Thanks,
be in
guys.
touch, all right?
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
call us back when you get MJ's tickets.
Yeah. Don, the IT guy from Team Logic, St. Pete.
You know who I'm having lunch with today, MJ?
Who?
The Pope.
Yes, the Pope Francis.
Is he? Hold on. Is he rebounding again?
I heard he's
Because,
off.
it's like up and down, up and down. It's like the Pope is about to die, then the Pope has a rally, and then he's okay, and then it's. I mean, seriously, it's like a yo-yo. It's yo-yo Pope right now. I hope the Pope recovers.
The Pope is today. The latest is that the Pope is stable.
All right, the Pope is stable.
The Pope will not be going to lunch today with me.
I think you need to add a Pope alert to your show here.
All right.
We'll have one.
I'll have
I'm
one made.
going to lunch with Bill, the serial killer.
Did you take the copy of the book?
No, I
have
didn't.
it.
Michelle has it.
Oh, you took the book?
Yes.
Okay,
I
because I
did
couldn't
have it.
find them.
No.
Oh, my God. Michelle's got the serial killer. You're going to lunch with the serial killer whisperer?
Yeah, we're 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Because,
Hey, show the book on MJTV, Andrew. Yeah, so a guy contacts Fester who listens every morning, and he's like a serial killer therapist and deals with all these serial killers who are behind bars. He wrote a book, and he also has the biggest collection of serial killer art in the entire world, apparently.
So we have befriended each other textually, and today we're going to lunch.
Where's my invite?
You can come. We'd love to have you. Him, not so much.
That'd be interesting, man. I'll tell you, if I wasn't getting ready to leave for the Philippines to dive tomorrow, I'd go. Anyway, did we finish up? I think we finished up with Alec Baldwin and Ilaria and all that. Hey, when we get back, a warning, OnlyFans warning, and about flaunting and bad things can happen. In fact, this kind of jarred my memory. We'll search for it during the break, but you got to be careful what you put out there. And listen, I'm kind of putting crap out every day on a 100,000-watt radio station, but, what is that expression? F-A-F-O?
FAFO?
Yeah, FAFO. All right.
Radios have dials for a reason if you don't like it.
And hang on a sec. And the giraffe story. This is weird. The giraffe story's coming. Oh, and Andrew's our Disney freak. Our producer's our Disney weirdo. Andrew, I want to know if I found a Disney story that you have not heard about. You know about the stroller? How the hell do you know? How do you know about the baby in the stroller at Disney? All right. There's a lot of stuff next. Do not move. The final segment is always the best segment of the entire freaking show, and it's next here on 104.7 FM. It's Q105 MJ. Hey, Fester, did you just use the men's room just prior to me? I saw you in the lobby, but I didn't see you actually exit the men's room.
No, I did not.
Yeah, somebody left the sink on full blast. I don't know how long the sink was running.
Oh, now I wish it was me. No,
What the hell? Do we pay for water? Is it part of our lease here? Do we know?
They don't run the leases by me. If they did, I'd make some changes.
Hold on a second. Let me call Rip and Ron.
I think they're in their dirge of a Wednesday meeting.
Oh, he'll pick up. He always picks up. Watch this. So he'll be in the middle of a sales meeting, like dirge, as you put it. Ron will pick up because he's always scared that I got a big problem. Hang on a minute.
We've got a big problem,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Calling Ron DeCastrate, our market man. I'm sorry, DeCastro, our market man. What did I say? Did I say something?
You got it right the first time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. His phone.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Whoa,
the person you're trying to reach is not available.
Whoa.
At the tone, please record your message.
I just want to know I don't know how long that water was running.
I mean, probably 30, 40 minutes.
Who the hell washes their hands and leaves the sink going full blast?
A boss. That's one badass move.
Someone who doesn't want to touch it after they've washed their hands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right, 9:32 at the MJ Morning Show final chunk. There is a cautionary tale here. An OnlyFans star opened fire on masked robbers who were trying to rip off $20 million in crypto that she had essentially advertised online on her social media or OnlyFans. Yeah.
So she's talking about her crypto accounts?
Yeah, the New York Post says that a buxom, so that would be a chesty breasty, a buxom OnlyFans star who bragged online about having $20 million in cryptocurrency was ripped out of bed by 3 robbers who held her hostage before she opened fire on them. Holy girls with guns, man. Woo!
So she was packing heat.
Yeah.
Where did she keep her crypto? On some online account, right?
Yeah.
She has to access it through her phone?
Her real name is Caitlin Siragusa, 31 years old. She goes by Amaranth.
Oh, she's one of the most popular ones.
Get out of here.
No.
You've never heard of it.
Stop it. Amaranth.
Hold on. Stop. You've heard of Amaranth?
Amaranth is like...
Does your wife know that you know who Amaranth is?
I know about it because of this show. I think...
what show?
what's the show? The MJ morning show?
The what?
MJ morning
Right.
show. Not the MJ.
The MJ?
I've been saying it wrong all these years.
Right.
No, I mean, back in the day, I thought Froggy brought up that she was like one of the top billing OnlyFans gamers.
Amaranth?
Amaranth.
I don't remember that
I don't
name.
know that you're saying it right either.
Amourantth.
Yeah,
How the hell else can you pronounce that?
American internet celebrity.
You
Yeah,
know
Aaron.
what, Michelle? You always try to find fault in everything I do.
No, I'm just saying that first part of the word is amor, isn't it? Like amor.
Amaranth? Amaranth?
I'm going with Amaranth.
All right, amaranth.
Listen, if anyone knows how to pronounce this woman's name, call us.
I mean, isn't that how like armor frozen meals
Yeah.
are spelled?
Something like that.
No, there's an R in armor.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Does anyone know Amaranth? Amouranth?
But
Anyone know? 800-990-1047.
She is an A-level internet celebrity.
All right. Oh, she's got 6.2 million followers on Twitch.
Yeah, that's right. Her Twitch account because she does gaming.
Gotcha. So
And
she's
that's-
on Twitch.
And now she's on OnlyFans.
Meanwhile, Fester's got a Twitch. It's like some kind of nerve problem.
Taking medication for it. Okay, you're not going to see it right.
Yeah, and then he's glitching out. You can get on the streaming platform Glitch. I stop it, Fester. Andrew, are you getting this, Andrew? Yes, I just stop twitching and glitching.
Okay,
I stop.
What happened?
You snapped out of it?
What?
All right, very good.
I'm on medication for it, MJ. Thank you.
Your MSG, your myasthenia, gravis. That doesn't it droops you, right? I mean, stop it! Stop it! What's the matter with you?
All right.
I
can't even look at you.
But the cautionary tale. Oh my God! Look at her, and she's got some thick thighs.
So what I'm surprised
and a big bust, and she's wearing some little leather tight getup over here in this picture.
While she's not.
Oh yeah, it says gaming streamer in the caption. I didn't see the caption.
While she's not like an Oscar celebrity, online in the world of like crap that you see on your phone, she's as big a star as they get. How does she not have like some kind of, I don't know, ADT security system to go off when somebody enters your house?
You know what? Let me call Froggy and see if he can fill it. Nah, that bridge is done. All right. So she shared a video clip. She shared a clip that reveals the moment that she and her husband went after the attackers. Wow.
Is this all put on because she has video of it now and suddenly it's content?
I'm looking at a freeze frame from a Nest Cam. It's got the little Nest thing on it.
Show me dead bodies in her front yard and I'll believe her.
They think they might have hit one of the robbers who was running away. So footage shows 3 men following Amaranth into a building. 2 gunshots can be heard, and then the robbers are seen running.
Sounds like a put on.
I thought she was sleeping when they broke in.
Story already doesn't make sense. Just sounds like content creators trying to get headlines.
Well, maybe not. Maybe she wasn't sleeping. Maybe I just imagined that. Oh no, it says she was yanked out of bed by a trio of robbers. I'm trying to put the whole thing together here. Anyway, so there is footage, and well, here's the deal. This is why I'm bringing this up. Is that she apparently advertised the fact that she had $20 million in crypto on her Twitch stream.
I don't appreciate you mocking my condition. You know what? It's so insensitive. If we had a humans resources director around here, I would complain to them, but we don't.
Yeah. No, there's a history of this. You remember, wasn't there some rapper that had a giant pile of cash and shot like a social media video, and then wasn't he like robbed? Or I mean, if you show this crap off on social media, you could be
robbed.
I'm glitching.
What's happening over there?
That was a crazy sneeze. All right. But I remember we did a story not too long ago about, I think it was some rapper that had all kinds of like expensive gold jewelry and watches on, and he was like in front of a big pile of cash.
Well, remember, that's what got Kim Kardashian kind of not, I think, wearing as much of her jewelry, was that robbery that she experienced in Paris.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that.
She used to flaunt it all.
Yeah.
And they knew what she had because she'd been Instagramming all the pictures, or whatever. So
Would you be freaked out if you're driving down the highway and suddenly there's a dead giraffe hanging out of the back of a pickup truck?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Turns out, though, it's a Michigan taxidermist. Okay, that makes it all normal.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. What?
No.
What? There are giraffes? Well, I guess there are giraffes in Tampa. We got giraffes at Busch Gardens.
We don't exactly have a safari, though, that you can prize one. Right?
You know, in order to try to drum up business, West Shore Plaza's got giraffes running around inside the mall right now.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever fed a giraffe like at the carnival or something?
Yeah, the way to bring more traffic into West Shore is they have the roaming free-range petting zoo where the animals just roam the whole mall. Yeah, giraffes.
Yeah. The goat area is my favorite.
Goats, sheep. Yeah, so they've got the free-range petting zoo inside West Shore Plaza now because they're just trying to pull out all the stops to try to, juice up the attendance.
I mean, the place smells like crap.
Well, a lot of people don't know that West Shore Plaza is still open. Remember the story that hit a year ago? Oh my, they're knocking down West Shore Plaza. They're going to do this, and I told you back then that this thing it's not going to happen. The financing fell through. All the media fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. But West Shore is not coming down.
What are you doing?
What?
We're talking about dead giraffes, and you have rope it into some dying mall?
Listen,
I want to know more about the Michigan taxidermist, not about South Tampa property problems.
I'm about to get into that.
I can't wait till they build 5,000 apartments and screw up your traffic.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need. Look at the traffic around there in West Shore.
Send them all to plant. Send them all to plant.
That deal's not going anywhere anytime fast.
Give Jefferson a break.
Yeah, that whole redevelopment is shelved, and they're just trying to sell the property now. So, Michigan taxidermist.
Oh, yeah.
So let me get...
What? That's what we were talking about? Oh, my gosh.
Talk about twitches and glitches.
Yeah.
We're back. Michigan
he was transporting a giraffe in his pickup truck, and motorists were alarmed, started calling 911. 911, what's your emergency? Yes, on the road is a giraffe in the back of the pickup truck. He doesn't appear to be breathing. So...
What emergency is that?
I don't know, but people saw the giraffe and then started calling the police. And then there were pictures that went viral, and people were concerned for the animal's welfare.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, the giraffe is dead. So I think the taxidermist looks like he's driving around in the Ford F-150 Platinum Edition.
Holy crap!
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at this.
Awful and hysterical at the same. It's not hysterical. It's just different.
I believe the giraffe had died and it had already been stuffed. The taxidermist did his thing.
Oh, so it's in position. Yeah, that's why the neck is craned.
Right, exactly. So I think that the taxidermist is maybe delivering the finished product.
When do you
What is this going? Is this going to Wade Boggs' house?
Oh man.
No, he's got a collection.
Yeah.
He's got a collection.
Some of these hunters are really into keeping their prizes.
Yeah, this is up in Michigan.
When do you rent a box truck?
You know what? You might want to rent a box truck to get a 10-foot U-Haul.
I got a U-Haul.
You got a little $19.99 a day plus mileage around town, right?
I got one of those.
Yeah.
I took the insurance just in case I was going to hit something, and it was still under $100. Oh man.
Then we have the Disney story, and of course, hey Andrew, do you have like an alert set up that anything Disney that pops up in the news then populates on your phone? I think he does.
I have Bob Iger call me personally on each one of these stories.
Andrew, this is Bob.
This is terrible. So if you've got a little baby infant, right, and you and your husband want to go on a ride at Disney, but obviously the kid can't go, what do?
They have some very safe cart corral areas
where you can just leave your kid unattended. So these two parents made the decision. This is at Disneyland out in Anaheim, out in Orange County in California.
No.
They wanted to ride Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland, California. But turns out they had a little baby. Little baby in the stroller. Baby can't go on Galaxy of the Guardians ride. No. Or Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Whatever the hell it is.
It's not a kid's ride.
Yeah. And Dave Bautista is he in that movie? Isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah. Unavailable to babysit. Yeah, and yeah, he does. Dave Bautista does live in Tampa. So I pass by one of his facilities all the time. So they just leave the baby in the stroller unattended. Well, you got to imagine there's probably a line, and then the amount of time to get on. They left the baby in the stroller, and somebody just saw movement. Yeah, a woman by the name of Keisha, who is a mother of 3 kids, saw movement in the stroller, lifts up the blanket, and there's a little baby in the stroller that was abandoned while the parents go ride the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland. Man, that's awful.
I mean, that's got to be like an hour-long proposition between waiting in line.
Could be more.
Yeah, the line itself, Andrew, didn't we see that? It was like 2 hours when it just opened up, and then the ride itself is like 20 minutes. You know, that experience. Wow. Okay, that seems like it's illegal, right?
Yeah, the safety, accessibility, and guest policies at Disney say that children must be supervised at all times and that children under the age of 7 must be accompanied by a person 14 or older. But just to park your kid, I don't see where law enforcement was called or, hey, it's me, it's Goofy. You know, that's a pretty dangerous thing to leave your kid unattended.
Oh, boy, Goof, you want to take him in?
Oh, man, I just made myself dizzy. Hang on.
Yeah.
I have to say, you just point out there's no like law or
Right.
security guard. I'm a little suspicious or skeptical about this story.
I mean, I got to see a picture of it.
Yeah.
Everything like this, MJ, unless
Right.
there's video or a photograph of it or the parents getting talked to by park security, Disney's not going to let this go.
Where'd you find this? You had all the strollers lined up against the fence at Disney. This is like probably Disney World. All the strollers are lined up, and you've got a squirrel that's jumping from stroller to stroller. Because you know why? Probably all the little kids have little Cheerios and all little snacks and crap that are all jammed up in the seat in the stroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great video right there.
When you
that
said
Fester
this,
pulled up.
When you said the stroller story, earlier in the week I saw a different video than this of a squirrel like ripping through the bag and like stealing like the Cheerios that fell out. They knew exactly where to dig. And then you type in squirrels, strollers, Disney onto the Googles.
Oh my God. Look, here's a squirrel just took a little, the little snack size Ziploc bags?
Yeah.
Where moms put the little Cheerios or the goldfish in there? A squirrel just took the whole bag out of a stroller and it's opening the bag up.
I mean, look at this crazy mom. You know those back of the door shoe racks?
Oh, my.
She brought one of them for her stroller with snacks in each one of them. And
my God.
What?
The squirrels at Disney are very comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're so conditioned.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. Anything else? Andrew, did you have anything to add to the baby abandoned at Disney? Anything new that you found?
Well, there's nothing new to add to it. Yeah, it did happen. And
thank you. I'm not lying.
No, you're skeptical about the story. But
no, I'm not. I never said I was skeptical.
It did happen according to who, Andrew? Was there a police
There
report?
were a number of witnesses.
Yeah, that's what the story said.
If I write an article and say there were a number of witnesses, that still gives you no more validation.
Well, what they have on a lot of these rides is the opportunity for one parent to go on the ride while the other one stays with the kid.
Yeah.
And then the next parent goes on without having to wait in line all over again.
That's a good policy.
Yes.
See, I told you, Andrew's like a Disney weirdo. He knows all this stuff.
Okay.
Watch my kid anytime, Andrew. Good job.
That's right.
All right, and with that, we got to go. And we'll see you back here tomorrow, the Thursday edition of the MJ Morning Show. You need to get a hold of me. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? Video of Chloe. How did I forget this?
You forgot the Chloe video.
Yeah, there's video of Chloe taking delivery of her new car last night. Yeah, so if you want to see Chloe and her
A new car!
Yeah, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That is Certified MJ Radio. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. Have a great one. The MJ Morning Show, Q105, over and out. And let's be careful out there. Bye, kids.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big...